And hello, welcome to Solo Playthroughs. We are finally doing it, kids. We are going to a Solo Conquest Megapolis, and we have Norowas because he's been on the sidelines for far too long. He is getting jealous with all of the attention that Arethia and Krang and Tovak and Tovak, I don't know, Tovak, Bravelar, and Wolfhawk are getting, and he let me in, coach. He's ready to play. So here we go. We are going to take on a Megapolis with Norowas and hopefully an entire legion of units that are Norowas's own. That is the goal. So I will be including as a potential wrinkle in all of this Volkare's camp. So if I pull Volkare's camp, it might not be a true Megapolis. It will just be a level 12 Volkare's camp. Remember when I did the 2-player playthrough with my friend Steve, we actually did pull the second city as Volkare's camp, but I really wanted to get at least one Megapolis on the channel as soon as I could. And well, not as soon as I could, but you know, sooner rather than later. So I did just sub it out for the next 2 cities in the stack that I had, right? So we will we'll see where this goes. I'm excited to do it. Now again, if we do pull a city tile, assuming we pull a city tile as the second city, and I will have to retrieve another city from the stack that's not in the initial terrain deck. At that point, you cannot add Volkare's camp to a city to form a Megapolis. I guess you could try. It's just awkward. The rules don't recommend it in the Lost Legion rules, so we will not be doing that per se. But we will see what happens. Some combinations of cities are better than others. Obviously, you always want the green city to be part of the final Megapolis because who really cares about getting some poison when it's usually going to be the last night anyway? Right? Put some more wounds in my deck. I will take the hit to my score because as we all know, I don't care about your stinking score. It is what it is. All right, so we're going to shuffle this up. I'm going to get 2 of these glorious core city tiles. And I feel like it's been so long since I've done just a normal Solo Conquest. We've been doing the Blitz, we've been doing all the Tesla stuff, we did the Mines, Liberation, and here we are. It's like riding the bike, I guess. So we'll see how this goes. Normally I will do 1 or 2 warm-up games, but no, I'm feeling frisky tonight, kids, and I'm just gonna get right into it because I feel like Norowas is destined for greatness right out the gate. So I did throw those 3 tiles over there. I will keep them a little closer because I will need them when we get to that second city, assuming we get to that second city. I guess you can never assume anything in a game on Mage Knight, but you know, feel pretty confident we'll get at least that far. I'm going to take the core tiles since they do matter a fair amount. I'm going to take number 4 and we're going to take number 6. There's only 5. That's a problem. I'll take number 4. All right, those go there. We're going to shuffle these up. The order of these matters, so I'll roll for this. And we have 6 is useless. 6 is useless. 4. All right. 3, 4 is the middle one. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So this is the bottom of our terrain deck. And on top of this, we need to add 7 of the countryside tiles. I have all 14 of the tiles, the 11 from the base game, plus I have a random Norowas shield in the middle of that, plus the 3 that came with the Lost Legion expansion. And we will drop those on the table. I will not be rolling a die for this. That is absurd. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. There should be 7 more. Yep, done. And now that is our terrain deck of 11 tiles. Cool. I'll put this off to the side, out of the camera. So I'm going to shuffle up the unit offer. I'm going to shuffle up so again, I have my regular units in blue. I'll shuffle up the elite units in green. There will only be 3 units in the unit offer and only 3 die in the source. None of the goodness that we get with the other scenarios that I've been playing of late. We will have a limited offer to choose from and a limited source, and hopefully we do not roll very unlucky because that would be very bad. So catapults, ice golems. Oh, these are elites. I'm there. We'll get there, kids. Again, it's been a while, so I'm going to just shuffle those real quick. We don't get elites in the first round, although that would be nice. I'm like, catapults? Oh, ice golems? That's not right. Peasants? That's more like it. Go from ice golems to peasants. Can the divide be any greater? Northern monks and guardian golems. Cool. We are going to shuffle up the spell deck. And spell deck is going to get our starting spell offer of Demolish, don't mind, Mana Bolt, one of my favorites, oh, and Tremor. Yes, please give me a Mage Tower so we can get an Earthquake today. Tremor is a great, great card, man. That, woo, -6 for all fortified enemies. Give it to me. It's so great. All right, we're going to now have the advanced action offer. We have learning, we have chilling stare is better. The chilling stare and frost bridge. Not enamored with any of them, but I will probably take frost bridge of the other two if I'm gonna be really honest. I mean, chilling stare can be really useful. My problem is I always feel like I pull chilling stare against enemies that have ice resistance, and remember, if they have ice resistance, they are immune to the non-attack or non-block effects of anything that's powered by a blue mana, which makes chilling stare garbage. And it's so frustrating. All right, so that goes here. I'm going to roll, but the influence that chilling stare gives you actually can be really nice. All right, so I rolled a red and 2 gold. Since that is not 50% basic, I roll only the non-basic. So that is a green and a white. So that is a legitimate source. And then what do we need? We need to shuffle up the artifact deck. Get my wound deck off to the side here. And off to my left, I have the other 6 heroes. And we need to know who's going to be the dummy today. Come on, dummy. The grand dummy. Will you please reveal yourself? So I have Arethia, Bravelar, Goldix, Krang, Tovak, Wolfhawk. I rolled a 5. Tovak for the win. All right, so Tovak, we have his turn order token. We're going to shuffle these up. I do have the competitive skill shuffled in here because of discoloration. And if that comes out, it will be replaced by the cooperative skills. So it just serves as a proxy. Us peons who do not own the Ultimate Edition are forced to do such undignified things, but that's fine. This too shall pass. We have that. We have that. Tovak's thing. I'll put this off to the side, and we'll shuffle his D deck. Make sure there's 16 cards in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. Greg can still count to 16 in case anyone was worried. I understand the concern. You know, trying times, people forget to count and all sorts of crazy stuff. So that goes there, and now we have 2 blues and a red. Golden. Done. Let me make sure I have 16 cards for Norowas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. I still have my handy-dandy LED light behind me to help illuminate my hand, as long as I remember to keep my hand off to the left a little bit. Sometimes I forget because, you know, old habits die hard, and I keep it close to my chest and no one can see anything, and it's very frustrating. I'm sorry. I will try to be better. All right, this guy's going to go there, and now we need to put the first 2 terrain out as the final part of setup. What do we get? We get Swampland with a village and a marauding, rampaging orc and a ruin and a magical glade in a forest. It's a beautiful tile. And over here we have another village in a hills, and we have a maze in a wastelands, and we have ourselves a keep. So no obvious place to go here. We'll see what the orc is. Maybe I want to kill that. We'll see what's in the ruin. Going a keep strategy could be interesting. Always something that is somewhat enticing, especially when you have these massive city assaults that you're going to have to do in the end. The ruins is, well, the ruins is not enticing at all. That is spend 3 green mana to get 7 fame. There are other things I would rather do than do that. And now we have our orc. What are you, orc? It is a cursed hag. All right, so think about this. It's 7 movement to get into that village, which is gross. It's going to be 7 movement to get into this village. If I get the 7 movement to get there, it's going to be really hard to get 4 more movement and additional movement to get anything from that maze. Not impossible, though. I could recruit myself a peasants. Maybe get the golems. I don't know. That's not the greatest terrain. I mean, it's going to be 8 movement to get there just to get a crystal. Don't love that. So let's see what I want to do. So I'm going to draw up to 5 cards. We get stamina, we get determination, we get improvisation, and we get march. All right, well, that's a strong start. I'll probably go to this village, do some pillaging, and see if I can't do the maze. Maybe get tremor. Not sure if I'm going to have, I can't always assume I'm going to get a mage tower when I want it. So getting Tremor early might not be the worst decision, is what I was trying to say there. I have become a bigger and bigger fan of taking planning with the first round and hopefully not roll a 5 because I do love having great start later. So I'm going to take planning. We're going to roll for Tovak's skill. He rolls a 2. He gets rethink. Again, when you're playing Solo Conquest, no tactic can be chosen twice, and that doesn't matter if you chose it or if the dummy player chose it. So both those skills will come out of the game at the end of the round. Tovak is now going to be in the lead, and here we go. The first card of the Solo Conquest Megapolis on solo playthroughs. What is going to happen? We get mana draw. We get stamina. We get march. There are no greens in Tovak's inventory, so therefore he's done. 3 cards. Nice. 13 cards left in his amazing deed deck. My turn. What am I going to do? Well, I'm going to get to the village. So I'm going to do improvisation, and that's going to be, I'm going to power that with a white. That's like white. It's red. Red from the source, and I'm going to discard Crystallize, so I'm not going to be able to use Crystallize for its ability anyway. And then I'm going to play March, which gives me a... Nope. I'm going to play... just because of the green there, I might want March for the move 4 if I'm going to try to get that... spell from the spell offer. So I'm going to play stamina. That gives me move 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, earthquake, 5, 6, 7 gets me into the village. And Norowas is like, I like villages. It leaves 2 cards in my hand, which is nice. I'm going to roll that. It is red. And this goes off here and let me draw up to my new hand size. My hand limit is going to be 5, but planning triggers, so it's going to be 6. So I get mana draw. I get noble manners. Man, I might recruit those peasants. Might make some sense. I get stamina, and 6 gives me a rage. I'm going to pillage the village. I lose a reputation. I get 2 more cards. I get threaten, and I get myself rejuvenate. Okay, Tovak's turn. It's a red. It's a green. It's a red. He has 1 red in his inventory, and that is now another red. So look at me with this handful of cards. What could I do? I'm kind of ahead of the game here. Yeah, let me do this. I'm going to play Noble Manners. I'm going to power with the white from the source. That is going to give me influence 4. And then Noble Manners, if you use this during interaction, I am using it during interaction. I get +1 fame and +1 reputation at the end of my turn. So give me the peasants. Bam. Thank you, peasants. Hello, welcome to my hand. Or my glorious array of the Legion being built. I'm going to get +1 reputation, +1 fame. Roll that. It is now a gold. That goes there. And you know what? That we're just going to pillage the village and lose that reputation right back. 1 and 2. Cool. Yeah, because again, I'm trying to get that spell, getting there, doing that next turn, and then I could hopefully seize that keep at the end of the round. All right. What's happening with Tovak? It is a white. It is a green. It is a white. He's being very cooperative for me today. My turn. So I'm going to want 8 points of movement to enter the maze. And then I can bring the peasants with me. So it'll be 4 points of movement to enter the wasteland. And then 4 points of movement there to siege something. To enter that room. And then it will be... then I would have to again draw a random monster enemy, and we'll see where that goes. I don't have a ton of attack. I never got concentration. I guess I have rage. I have swiftness. I have mana draw, which I can power with the. I can get 2 crystals. I mean, I could use 2 die from the source. I guess I could use the white and the red for that. So that would give me attack 7. Rejuvenate would allow... I could also get a green from Rejuvenate, which is good. So I'm probably going to need... I'll hold on to the... I'll bring the peasants with me because they have to be ready. So if I use the peasants for movement to get into the wasteland, I wouldn't then be able to use the peasants there. So I'm probably going to want them handy. That block and attack could come in pretty big, right? So... do this. I'm going to play Rejuvenate. If Tovak was going through his deck quicker, I might use Rejuvenate just to draw into the card, but I think this makes a little more sense. So I'm going to get a green mana, and I'm going to play March. I'm going to power it with the green I just got for move 4. That gets me there. Great. I'm entering the maze. I'm going to you can use gold in mazes. You just can't use gold in dungeons, and you also can't use them in mines, which I made that mistake when I was liberating the blue mine in the Mines Liberation playthrough. For those keeping track of all the mistakes I make at home, that was one. So I'm going to get a move 4 with those 2 cards. I'm bringing the peasants with me. This should reveal because I am adjacent and it is day. That guy's not terrible. I think, yeah, I still have a swiftness and I have concentration, so I can actually take them out next turn, hopefully. So we're going to draw, and it's only 2 movement to get in there. Even better. Don't hate that. All right, so we're going to draw a random monster enemy because I am in the maze, and we get ourselves the manticore. Manticores are a little bit annoying because they have the what's the word I'm trying to say? They have swiftness. So to block that 4 coming in, I actually need to spend 8, and that is 8 points of block. Might be a tall order at this point in the game, but it is supposed to 6 attack to kill it. I can get 6. Oh, it also has assassin, so I can't even assign the wounds to our friends the peasants, so I have to take the wounds, and that's a wee bit annoying. Let me think about this from a block perspective. Can I go with this? I might be able to pull this off and block that 8, right? Because I don't feel like dealing with 2 wounds in my hand and 2 wounds in my discard pile. This is when poison's super annoying. So I'm going to use the gold from the source to give me a block 5. I'm going to use the peasants to get me block 2 more. So that's block 7. I'm going to use threaten sideways to give me block 8. Now I'm going to play... that is not going to work. 1 additional die from the source. I don't have a red. Yeah, it's not going to work because yeah, if I get the additional die from the source usage, then I power rage, and the swiftness sideways gives me attack 5, and that is not great. If I did this, that's attack 3, attack 6. Yeah, I'm 1 short no matter how I cut it. I'm 1 short no matter if I try to do that block 8. And then I would still need the mana. I could use the attack. If I try to use the peasants for attack 2, and so I would still need another mana. But if I use the gold, no, because I'm all powering everything that's different color. I want to power this, which is white, trying to power this, which is red, trying to power that, which is blue. So even the stronger effect of mana draw is not going to work. So stupid manticore giving me wounds from the jump, but. That is what it is. What's a game of Mage Knight without Greg taking a bunch of wounds, right? So we're getting 2 wounds to my hand, 2 wounds to my discard pile. That's fine. And then we're going to attack, and it just is a measly attack 6. So I'm going to hit the rage, and I'll power that with the red from the source, and then I will use the peasants. Nah, I might need I don't want their move to get in there. I definitely don't want to take any more wounds from that guy, which is for sure. So that's attack 6. Mana draw might not be all that useful. I have concentration in the green, so I could power this. Yeah, I'm going to play both mana draw and threaten sideways to get me the attack 6 to take out the manticore because he has 6 armor. All right, so again, he was attacking with a 4, but he had swiftness and assassin and poison, so I had to take 4 wounds total because I was unable to block him and kill him on the same turn. And then with that 6 armor, I got 4 points of attack from rage, and then I played those 2 cards sideways for attack 1 each. So that is 6 points of attack. Killed the manticore. What does that give me? That gives me 5 fame, gets me up to 6. Remember, I got the 1 because of noble manners. This is not a rampaging enemy, so I do not get any influence or reputation boost from that. I'm going to put a shield on the 4. Let me clean up my play area. I re-rolled the red, it becomes a red. Are there any cards I want to drop? Nope, I want both of those. I'm going to first get my reward from the combat since I went to a level 4 maze. Level 2 maze is you just get 2 crystals. You just roll a die to determine what colors you get. Level 6 is an artifact. Level 4 is a maze. Level 4 is a spell, so I really wanted to make sure I got Tremor. And then I'm going to space bendings. Okay, maybe. And now I'm going to get my reward. So I'm going to look at my first 2 skills. It is, oh, hello. Yes, Bonds of Loyalty is the winner. So Bonds of Loyalty is one of my favorite skills in the game. When it comes out, you do add 2 regular units to the unit offer. So we get another Peasants and we get another Utum Swordsman. And when you recruit a unit to the Bonds of Loyalty, you can spend 5 less influence on them. And that's for regular units or elite units. Very, very, very cool skill. All right, I also think you can't disband. There's a couple of little wrinkles with this. This unit can be used. You cannot disband this unit. Yes. Yep. And you can bring it. This is the kind of unit you could bring this unit into a dungeon with you. Like, it's a very, it's my favorite skill for Norowas, and one of my favorites in the game for sure. So I grabbed that skill, and now I'm going to grab. Oh man. Chilling Stare might actually work against that guy, right? And I still haven't used the Peasants yet. That's fine. All right, I'll take Chilling Stare as much as I. The cost of move to swamps is reduced by 1. Man, Frostbridge can be really useful. Frostbridge can be really useful. I'm still gonna take Chilling Stare, I think. Yep, Chilling Stare. It is what it is. Against my better judgment. One day it's gonna work out for me. I'm gonna have it, and the enemy's not gonna have immunity. And I'm gonna be, look, it works. It's amazing. Oh, I still have concentration somewhere in my deck. Why concentration? Where are you? I mean, one of the things I could do is I could try to go back here, but I'm not sure. I've used a lot of my movement cards because I could go back here and try to use influence and like heal some wounds, but I'm not going to have the movement to get back into the keep, and I do want to seize that keep by the end of this night. So again, I drew up to 6. I still had 2 cards remaining. I had 4 cards remaining in my hand, including the wounds. The wounds do count for the purposes of planning. I think that's only, like, most of the times when it says cards, it doesn't include wound cards, but planning does include wound cards. And I think that's because in a competitive game, you would never want to let your opponent know that you only have wounds in your hand, right? So that makes sense. Tovak's going to go. It's a 1 is Instinct. It's a red card, a blue card, and a blue card. 2 more coming off the top. It's fine. He still has 1 more card in his deck. So since he's going nice and slow, block target enemies. Block 4, block 6. Yeah, I'm not going to have the blue to use, the blue or the white to use Chilling Stare. I think I have better ways to kind of, well, I want the green for the Tremor, I think, is going to make more sense, to be honest with you. So I'm going to discard Chilling Stare and these 2 wounds and rest. And then I draw up to my hand limit, which is 5. And then planning triggers against the rest of the cards in my hand. These are all awesome. Tovak goes. He's going to declare end of round next turn. My turn, I'm going to use the Peasants for move 2. Gets me in here. I'm going to lose a reputation because I'm sieging a fortified site. I know it's supposed to be at the end of the turn. I do it now because otherwise I would forget. Now, I'm going to play Tremor. Target enemy has -3 armor. We are going to, he's attacking with a 6. I'm going to play Concentration to get a blue mana token. I'm going to play Determination for block 5, Swiftness for block 6. And again, his armor is reduced by 3. So again, target enemies reduced by 3 or all enemies reduced by 2. So that guy's target, his armor, again, this is the Utum Swordsman. They have a attack of a 6 and they have an armor of a 5. So what I did is I blocked the attack of a 6, and now I only have to get up to a 2 because I've reduced his armor by 3. So I'm just going to play that Rage, and that will be that. So these go away. I'm going to roll that. He is super dead. I'm going to put a shield on the keep. It gives me a +1 to my card draw. I got 4 fame, so that gets me from 6 up to 10. That gives me another command token. So they're going to gather up a little bit, which is fine. And that is my turn. Right. I might take the Utham Swordsman just to recruit. Yeah, I think that makes some sense. All right. Tovak declares end of round. My turn. So I have 1 more turn. Planning can go away. I'm going to play Swiftest Sideways for influence 1. Oh, my reputation is -1. Oh, no. It's not going to work. That's fine. We'll see what comes up next turn. Hopefully it's something I can recruit in a keep. I'm being fast and loose with the pillaging in the village. I was going to do influence 1 and then use my Bond of Loyalty skill and be able to recruit the Utum Swordsman. Really a big fan of that unit for the price for sure, but not going to work. So I'm going to play Swiftness for the move 2. And then I'm going to explore, and I'm going to put the tile here. And remember, the way that works is it's a countryside tile, so it's not restricted like a core tile. So core tiles have to be connected to two other terrains. Countryside tiles have to be connected to a tile that it in turn is connected to two terrains. So a countryside tile, I could go here, but I could also go here. Core tiles would have to go there. Also, core tiles can't go along the edge of a wedge map as another restriction. But I digress. That is my first turn. What do we get? I got to put those tokens on the board before I forget. So we have a dungeon. So remember, whatever I recruit to the Bonds of Loyalty skill could go into that dungeon. Not sure I'm going to get that way. We also have, so we have an Ironclad over there as our Rampaging Orc. We have a Magical Glade, and we do add an advanced action to the skill off, to the unit offer, and it's Swift Bolt. Sad to see that wasted there, but it is what it is. All right, so end of round, we're going to add this to Tovak's deck, shuffle this up. So he has 16 cards in his deck now for round 2. This will go hither. We're going to add a red to Tovak's inventory because of Demolish. Everything moves down. New spell comes off the top. It is Underground Tunnel. We're going to cycle the advanced actions. This will go here. We get a new advanced action in the unit offer. It is Firebolt. Oops, my bad. The new advanced action here is Force of Nature. Great. Unit offer. We're going to put these 4 units underneath. Remember, it was a 2 I didn't recruit, plus the 1 that was added, the 2 that were added because of the Bonds of Loyalty skill. And to the unit offer we get now, we get Scouts. Give me something good. Oh man, these are garbage. Well, that Red Kit Monks. Especially if I get the Red Kit Monks for 2, well, -1, so 3. That's not terrible. And maybe I'll get the Firebolt 2 before I burn that monastery down, which is probably where this is going. I know everyone is super shocked. All right, so we have 4 wounds. So yeah, if I get a bunch of influence early, I can heal some wounds. Maybe if I heal 1 or 2 wounds, I recruit the Red Cape Monks. I don't know what Monks are. Red Cape Monks, and then I can, maybe get that Firebolt as well, getting a couple of ranged attack. Elemental ranged attack is I'm a big fan. Oh, by the way, we never added one of Tovak's skills to the skill offer when I got to level 2. Ooh, like that one. It is a physical attack of a 2 or an ice attack of a 2. Once a turn. It's a very nice little attack skill. All right, I rolled 2 gold again, so they go away, and I rolled a gold and a blue. The gold is on fire. Not great for the night, but we will deal with what we got. All right, so I get 6. So I'm going to keep that I have conquered, and we get Noble Manners. We get Chilling Star. Oh, bring me the influence. March, Stamina, Swiftness, and Wound. Okay, we are going to get... do I want to take Preparation just to grab... Man, I might go... I might want to get Concentration just to maximize my influence and get that to be a really big turn, because it would be Influence 8, 9. Remember, it's 6 to get an advanced action in the unit offer. 8, 9. If I got 11 Influence, I'd be able to knock out this wound and get the Red Cape Monks and get the Firebolt. And I really don't hate that at all, but that might be a wee bit much. I could also take Long Night. Don't hate that. Don't have a white. Ooh, that might... Let me get Concentration, actually. It's a little weird. I'm going to do Preparation, get Concentration. I want the stronger effect of Noble Manners. And where are we? Concentration. So this is going to get shuffled. And please do not roll a 6, you little stinker. I'd be very sad if I lose Sparing Power. If I watched my Mind's Liberation video, you saw how strong Sparing Power can be. It just really saved that game for me. So what am I rolling? I roll a 3. Bye-bye, Mana Search. Fine. So Tovak is still first. We'll set that. Tovak goes. What do we get? It's a white. It's a green. It's a white. All right, good. So he has 14 cards left. My turn. I'm going to spend the 2 for March, and then I'm going to play Concentration. I'm going to power it with the green from the source. I'm going to then play Noble Manners. That gives me the stronger effect of Noble Manners plus 2. All right, so I have 6 influence from Noble Manners, and then I have another 3 influence from Chilling Stare, which is 9, and then I can get 2 more influence from the Peasants if I So choose, understand the peasants aren't going to be useful to me when I burn down a monastery. Anyway, so I'm going to spend 2 points of influence on the Red Cape monks. Well, all right, first of all, so I have 9, possibly 11. So 1 comes off the top because of my reputation. My reputation track modifies my amount of influence, right? So I have 8 influence left to spend. I'm going to spend 2 of that influence on the Red Cape monks. And then I'm going to spend, so the Red Cape monks go to the bonds of loyalty. So they can be used, I don't know if they can be used to burn down a monastery. Can they? They can be used even when units, yes, they will burn down the monastery with me. That is right, because they are loyal. The monks that I just recruited at this monastery, I will burn down the monastery because they know what loyalty is all about. That's right. And now, so notice, like, I'm going to do a bunch of things. And when you buy a bunch of different things, that's fine. The reputation track modifier still only applies once for the entire action, right? So I went down to an 8. I had 9 influence, down to an 8. I spent 2 on the Red Cape monks. I have 6 left. I'm going to get Firebolt, which will go on top of my deck because I gained it. And additionally, I will add 2 more points of influence. And again, when you're healing, it's only 2 influence in a monastery, so I'm going to heal that out of my hand. So I basically spent a total of 11 points of influence. The reputation track reduced it to 10, plus 2, plus 6, plus 2 for the wound. And that was a really cool turn that I'm very excited about. And you know what? Since, again, I could have done all this math ahead of time, while I'm here, because I know I'm burning down that monastery, so I want to fill my hand with some more cards, I will play... do I want to do that? Do I want to do that? I was thinking of playing Stamina to get another card out. I'm drawing 4 more cards. The Red Cape monks are willing to fight by my side. I don't... Oh, man. Yeah. Swiftness. I don't have a white for swiftness. Yeah, I'll play the Stamina before I did the action to explore. And let's see what this is. Oh, another monastery. Ooh, interesting. All right. Well, what is the action card that we added? Ice Shield. Yeah, I got the card I wanted to. That doesn't change anything. I'm going to put a die on here. I'll put a 2 on here to indicate that there are still monasteries not burned down yet. We have a magical glade, and we have a rampaging orc in our face. It is a orc war beast. Great. So we've hit the whole family. We got the Cursed Hag, we got the Ironclad, the Orc War Beast. They're all like, hi. And we're like, hi, we're going to kill you. Maybe. And now since I'd used Noble Manners, I get +1 reputation and +1 fame. That reputation boost will be nice because it's about to go down. And that is my turn. Now, preparation, I could go there. I rolled a red, which I like. Could be really useful. This goes hither. I draw it to my hand limit, which is 5, and I'm still adjacent to my keep, so I get 6. So we get Firebolt, which gives me a ranged fire attack of a 3, not a 5. It's like a 5, it's just less. We get Tremor, we get Rage, we get Improvisation, and the 6th card is Rage. That is a very nice hand, and I am happy with that. All right, so what's my plan here, right? I'm going to burn down a monastery. I hate missing out on the dungeon, but it's just going to be what it be. So I'm going to burn down the monastery. I'm going to defeat the orc, and then we're going to try to maybe get over here by the end of this night. Didn't get as far as I would normally want in exploration, but these 2 tiles came out, giving me a lot of opportunities to add to my deck and strengthen up a little bit. So very happy with that first turn. So Tovak gets a blue, gets a green, gets a red. 2 more off the top. So 10 cards left in Tovak's deck. My turn. What are we doing? Well, you know it. We're burning down the monastery. So -3 in the reputation track gets me to a -2. So -3 movement gets me to a -2 overall. We pull a random Mage Tower garrison, not fortified, and my Red Cape monks are like, you know what? This is heinous. What you're doing is heinous, and I don't approve, but I am loyal. And that is awesome. Cool. Ooh, Ice Mages. Well, interesting. Ice Mages are attacking me with an attack of a 5. I am doing very poorly on crystals. So it's ice attack of a 5. Now fire block, remember, is efficient against that. So I could use the Red Cape monks against that. But then I would still need 6 attack to defeat it. And that might be hard to get. So again, it's fire, it's ice resistant, so 6 physical attack is sufficient. I don't have a green for Tremor, so Tremor is not that strong. If I do the fire block 4, I would need 2 more points of physical block or 1 more point of fire block to actually block the ice mages, right? I know I still have 3 more wounds on my hand, so I'm not excited about taking any more wounds. So I will do that. I'm going to use the red die from the source to power up the Red Cape Monks for a fire block 4. Then I'm going to use one of my rages, just 2 points of physical block. That is enough. The 2 physical block plus the fire block 4 is enough to block the ice mage's attack. Now, melee phase. I am going to play Firebolt to give me a red crystal. I'm going to use that to power improvisation. I'm going to discard Tremor because I don't have a green anyway. That's going to give me an attack of a 5, and then Rage gives me an attack of 6. Oh, man, dealing with the Orc Warbeast is something I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to do that next turn. But I have Crystallize. I have some ways that I think will be okay there. First, this is a pretty rough enemy to get, and you know, it is what it is. I mean, I could always assign 1 wound to the peasants and kind of go that way, but we'll figure it out. Yeah, we'll figure out when we get there. But now another thing, another mistake I made when I was the blue mine. Mine's operation was perfect except for the blue mine. So if I wanted to, I could not bring in the Orc Warbeast and challenge it when I'm sieging the monastery. That only works for fortified sites. It only works for fortified sites like keeps and mage towers. It doesn't work for adventure sites, and the monastery, I believe, is in the latter category. So at one point during Mine's operation, again, the blue mine, I brought in an adjacent enemy and ended up with a turn that I should not have had. I still would have been able to kill everything the way I did. Obviously, if I killed them all in 1 turn, I could have killed them all in 2, but it made my actions a little bit more efficient than they should have been. All right, I digress. So what do? I get 5 fame, so I go from 11 to 16, which is nice. I'm going to level up. So I'm going to put this here. I'm going to get my reward. My reward is the artifact that the monks were hiding from me. Give it! Ooh, Druidic Staff or Endless Bag of Gold. Druidic Staff, discard a card. Depending on its color, you get the following. White, move 2 spaces. Blue, get 2 crystals of any color. Red, ready a unit. And green, heal 3. I'm going to roll that die. It's a white. Ooh, nice. Like that. Cool. Endless Bag of Gold, Influence and Fame. Druidic Staff. I need something like that a lot more in the Megapolis scenario, especially since I already took Chilling Stare. And I'm pretty good with some influence cards. Oh, this goes here. Now I do my level up. Let me look at the next 2 skills. I can heal a unit or ready a unit. Oh, hello. Once around, flip this to ready or heal a unit. Or I can get a green and a white. Now, I'm really tempted to take Tovak's skill. I really, really like that skill. However, let's go a little thematic. I could really use the Red Cape Monks back. Not gonna lie, with this War Beast there's some wisdom in readying that unit now, and that will go there. And now I'm gonna take a advanced action. We will take Force of Nature. Although I probably should take Frostbridge, but I won't because I'm stubborn. Great. Drawing up to what? I'm drawing up to 5, 6, because you know what? I'm still adjacent to that keep. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. So that's 5 and 6. What did I draw? So I have Force of Nature, Druidic Staff, Rejuvenate, a Wound, and March. I still have 2 more wounds on my deck, so having Rejuvenate around is not terrible. So discard. I mean, if I had a blue card, I would discard a card and get 2 greens. So I get a green mana from Rejuvenate. Ugh, it's kind of self-defeating. Well, if I get all the wounds in my hand, I could always discard a green and heal 3 with Druidic Staff, which I don't hate. Oh, I don't hate. All right, that is fine. Tovak's 3rd turn. It is a blue. It is a green. It is a green. So Tovak has gone through 10 cards, has 7 left in his deck. Super cooperative. That's fun. I can give someone physical resistance. I don't really hate that. Yeah, if I don't want to block the the Orc War Beast, it's 6 points of attack. Now, if I play Force of Nature, I give the peasants physical resistance. So that would be, if I don't block it, it's 6 points of damage. But physical resistance would mean I'd only be applying 1 wound to the peasants, and that's only going to be 1 point of healing to heal. And that's really that's not bad at all, at all. And especially if I have this, I can just always heal it next turn. All right, let me do that. So I'm going to flip this to ready the Red Cape Monks, right? We're going to attack the Orc War Beast. I'm going to play Force of Nature, give physical resistance to the peasants. We're not blocking Orc War Beast. It's 6 points of attack, 6 points of damage. The peasants' physical resistance absorbs 3 of that. The other 3 become its wound, and that is perfect. I'm now going to play the Red Cape Monks for attack 3. And then I can power swiftness with the white from the source. That is attack 6. Oh, I need to take another one of Tovak's skills in here, don't I? Yeah, that's what's that skill called? It is resistance break. It reduces the armor for every type of resistance that an enemy has. Can be really useful against certain of the city garrisons. But I digress. So yeah, I have defeated the Orc War Beast, so that's dead. I get 1 fame back, because, you know, I'm doing good things for once, and then I get 1 reputation back, and then I'm getting 3 fame, and that gets me up to 19. Dunskies. I am going to keep all the cards in my hand. We're going to roll that. It is red. This comes off. I draw up to my hand limit, which is still 6. I'm still adjacent to my keep, and that works out very well. Cool. We are going to... Yeah, we're going to go to Tovak's turn. It is white, it is white, it is white. So it's 4 cards left in his deck, or 3. I don't know, math is hard. And my turn, I'm going to play Druidic Staff. I'm going to discard a blue. So I discarded Determination. I get 2 crystals of any one color. What am I going to take? I'm going to take 2 greens. 1 and 2. I'm going to power Rejuvenate. It gives me 2 points of healing. I'm going to heal the wound in my hand. I'm going to heal the peasants, because again, they're a level 1 unit, so 1 point of healing heals them as well. And then I'm going to use the other green I got from Druidic Staff to power March. Gives me move 4, going into the monastery. Awesome. Do not have any interest in Ice Black. I'm going to turn this into a 1. There's only 1 monastery left open on the board. All this goes in my discard pile, and now I dropped only 5. So sad. I liked 6 so much more. 6 was a lot better. All right, wound, stamina, threaten, crystallize, and yes, stop. Stop there. Stop there, you say. That's fine. Tovak, 1, 2, and 3. It's a blue. He's going to declare end of round next turn. My turn. Yeah, probably the other wound in my hand, and then probably heal 2 next turn after Tovak declares end of round. So I'm going to play Stamina. I'm going to power it with the blue from the source. That's going to give me move 4, so I'm going to get a lot of exploring done out of the way. So I'm going to explore this one here. It has a red mine. It has a rampaging orc. It has a monster den. And that is a prowler, I believe. It has a tackle 4, armor of 3. Doesn't really do much else. The other 2 points of movement, I'm going to put this tile on the board. Another keep is nice. Again, another dungeon I'm leaving B, but that keep can be really useful, especially you'll match up with that keep. Give me some big hands in the second night here. So the Mage Tower garrison is going to go there. Keep garrison is going to go here. All right, face down. Someone recently asked me like how I know that the things are face down when I pull them. And I've said it a couple times. There's a sharper edge on the revealed side and a more curved edge on the unrevealed side. And the fact that I can tell so quick is just a sign that I played this game too much. But trust me, I just can always feel it. And it's weird. So that's fine. There's 2 more cards there. Do I want to even keep Crystallize? I'm trying to think. Influence, -1 from that. So I'm going to actually need to heal 2. I'm going to need 5 points of influence, and I don't want to use... I don't want to lose another reputation, but that, it is 5 points influence right there if I really wanted it. Because I'm wondering if I drop Crystallize to draw the last 2 cards in my hand to make sure that I get that wound. But if I want to draw Crystallize, do I want to play Mana Draw to be able to use the red to get a red crystal in my inventory? And then that would give me Influence 3, which I could at least heal 1. That's a little bit maxy. I'm going to do it. Yeah, I'm going to... I want to leave my Reputation 1 just in case there's something I can recruit in the Monastery next turn. I think that makes some sense. So I'm going to play Mana Draw. I'm going to use the red to power Crystallize and get a red crystal in my inventory because I have 0 red crystals. And that needs to stop. All right, now I'm going to declare end of round. Or not, I'm sorry, end of my turn. I rolled 2 greens. I draw to my hand limit. Or so I only have 2 more cards, so I get both of them. I knew one was a wound. That's fine. Tovak declares end of round. I'm going to play Threaten for Influence 2. And then I'm going to play Move Swiftness Sideways for Influence 3. Again, that modifies down to 2 because of my Reputation track. I'm going to use those 2 points of influence to heal 1 wound in the Monastery. So I have 1 wound left in my deck, but I think it made sense to get that. It's like trading a wound for a crystal, and it's like trading a wound for a crystal and 1 more Reputation on the Reputation track. I think that's a nice trade. Remember, I'm going to try to probably burn down the Monastery, and I don't want to be at X. So, you know, not that -5 is great, it's just better than X. So I'm going to ready this. And one of the drawbacks of the Bonds of Loyalty that is for real is that, you know, it doesn't, once you recruit a unit to it, like, you know, yeah, I was able to use it in the Monastery, and yeah, there's other benefits that go with it, but like it's not like an active skill that you can repeatedly use over and over, and that can come back to haunt you if you're just all your skills are kind of like static. We're going to add a blue here, so there should be 18 cards in the deck now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. So we're good to go there. We get another blue, so definitely not as much diversity in Tovak's inventory as is ideal. If I get a spell, I might just take Space Bending just to kind of break up this amassing amount of blue on Tovak's card here. But that's fine. I don't really love Space Bending, but you know, it is what it is. That is now Expose. I do like Expose. That could be a very strong card. It's a card I've gotten to like more and more. We're going to replace the 1 advanced action of the unit offer. It is Pure Magic. And then the replaced card in the advanced action offer is Regeneration. We're going to get ourselves a new set of units. And still only regular, so we have Savage Monks. I like it. I do like it. We get the Utham Swordsman, and we get ourselves some Scouts. Okay, we're going to move these off. Roll here. It's a red and 2 blacks. The blacks are non-basic. Reroll those. We get another red and a blue. Drawing out my hand limit of 5. It is Determination, Rejuvenate, Concentration, Firebolt. I got 0 in the way of any influence cards. Well, if I get my influence card later, I can always plan on sieging. I can always plan on recruiting at the keep. The problem is if I burn down this Monastery, I'm going to be at -5. And there's not any rampaging enemies. Right, I burned down the Monastery and siege a keep, I'm going to be at X. Ooh, man. Am I really not burning down this Monastery? Who am I? What have you done with Greg? That's not great. Yeah, this is a little bit of a pickle. All right, I'm going to take Great Start because I want to. We're going to roll for Tovak. Tovak gets a 4. 4 is already used. He gets a 5. I just took 5. He gets a 3. Mana Steel is out. Tovak is first again. Since I took Great Start, I draw 2 more cards. Noble Manners, like to see that, and Druidic Staff. Interesting. That's fine. So I got Concentration and Noble Manners. I'm sorry, and Druidic Staff. No, Noble Manners and Druidic Staff. So my hand's interesting. So March, Firebolt, Rejuvenate, Determination, Concentration, Noble Manners, Druidic Staff. I have some options here that I'm going to have to figure out on my turn. So Tovak's going first. It's a blue. Get all the blues out. It's another blue. It's a green. Nice. All right. So 15 cards in his deck. My turn. Getting Noble Manners there is pretty big. All right, I'm going to play Druidic Staff. I'm going to discard the blue. Again, so Determination gets discarded 2 back-to-back turns almost. So, like, it is what it is. I'm going to take 2 green. 2, and they are crystals. They are not mana. I'm going to use the 1 crystal to power concentration. And I'm going to get Noble Manners. So I get a stronger effect of Noble Manners +2. So that's 6 influence. I'm going to get myself... Yeah, I'm going to use the Peasants for 8 influence. And I'm going to get myself the Savage Monks. Again, the 8 influence modifies down to 7 because of the -1. And now I have monks, more monks. Now these monks are, the Savage Monks, however, are more cultured than the Red Cape Monks. The Red Cape Monks will go anywhere with me. And the Savage Monks are like, no, man, that's just messed up. It's not how we operate. We have morals. Our mamas raised us right. That's right. We're going to get a fame and a reputation because of Noble Manners. Like how that keeps adding up. And now I have to decide if I'm burning it down or not. I think I'm burning it down. And I'll hold on to Rejuvenate. Yeah, I think that makes sense. All right, so I'm drawing up to 5. Did not use it. Yeah, I guess I used 4 cards. I had the 2 more. So I pulled Swiftness and Stamina. And that might be a really hefty price to pay when you're Norowas. I never think about not burning down a monastery, right? I'm just looking. I see no ways, no realistic ways to get reputation back. And am I content with this as my my force for the rest of the game? I mean, I've seen worse, that's for sure. What's my attack even? My attack's not great. If I don't burn down this monastery, I have the movement to get in there. If it gives me 4 fame, then I could potentially recruit the Utham Swordsman because I'll get another command token. I think that's smarter, man. What is happening to Greg? This is bananas. I really think that's smarter. Yeah. All right. We're just gonna do that, I guess. All right. So Tovak, 1, 2, 3. It's a white, so he's still got 12 cards in his deck. I am not gonna burn down the monastery. Yeah. So I need 6 points of movement to get in there. All right. I'm gonna play, and I still have this. That's nuts. I mean, part of me is wondering, do I siege this Mage Tower? But I need move 2 anyway, right? So I'm gonna play March for move 2. It gets me here. These both reveal. It is Fire Mages and Heroes. Oh, the Heroes. That's going to be -2. Ha 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 ha. Alright, 4 more points of movement. Yeah, that's fine. So 4 more points of movement. I'm going to play Stamina for move 4. It gets me into here. I'm going to siege this site. It is the Heroes. They have a double attack. It's a physical attack 3 and an ice attack 3. When I defeat them, it's another lost reputation. So I lose 1 reputation of sieging a fortified site. I'm going to take this already since I'm going to kill the Heroes. Now it is ice resistant. Makes it immune to the non-attack, non-block effects of things that are powered by blue crystals. However, I am going to now... I'm going to play Rejuvenate to get me a green mana. And I'm going to do Siege Attack 4... which is enough to defeat these Heroes. It gives me 5 fame. It gets me up to 25. I'm going to get another command token. And I've already taken my reputation hit. All right, and hopefully I can get a couple of cards to get the Utham Swordsman. Give me a nice full array. Now, no elite units, but still a pretty strong garrison nonetheless. So I'm going to get myself a token here. I have 2 keeps now. This is going to come off the board at some point. So I'm going to actually keep a running tally of how many keeps I have here. So I have 1 and now 2. I'm going to re-roll. Yeah, that's fine. Re-roll this. It is blue. These all go here. This goes away. Drawing at my hand limit, which is 6. And then the keep triggers. It gets me up to 8. 5, 6, 7, and 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So here's that one measly wound. There's one argument to not use Rejuvenate the way I did was because that wound is going to be an issue now. But I'm pretty happy with those decisions there. See if they work out. So yeah, it's 6 because the command token came off, so my hand limit bumped up, and then I got 2 more cards. Again, 1 for each of my keeps, and I got a Swiftness, a Firebolt, which I had in my hand already, Improvisation, Rage, Threaten, Stamina, and Force of Nature. Tovak, what are you doing? It's a blue, it's a white, it's a white. Getting very lucky there. So he still has 9 cards in his deck, but I think a lot of them are blues. So, a little bit illusory. So if I'm going to recruit the Utem Swordsman, it's going to cost me 8 influence to do that, which is not a problem. Yeah, so that's 5, 6, 7. All right, I'm going to flip. I want to keep as many movement cards as I can, I think. So I'm going to flip this to ready the peasants. I'm going to play improvisation. That's influence 5. I'm going to play, I'm going to play threaten for influence 7, and then I'll use the peasants. Nah, I'll use swiftness sideways. I'm not going to ready the peasants just yet. Not yet. I'll hold on to that just in case. We'll see what's on the next tile. So that would be influence 8. So before I do that action, what I will do is I'll use stamina for movement 2, which allows me to explore. All right, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that makes sense. So I explore. It is the last countryside tile. It is a mage tower in a forest. I'm going to move this down at the break here. So the mage tower is in a forest. That's face down. We have a rampaging orc. Ooh, I could get to that swamp and then put the first core tile there and heal this wound before the end of this round. I think that will work. All right, rampaging orc is face up. We have a deep mine, which is blue and green, and then the magical glade in the swamp. Actually, maybe I go this way. That might be smarter. I'm not that worried about 1 wound, especially with the keep giving me extra cards. All right, so that was my movement phase. Now in the action phase, I did a recruitment as an action. So interaction, I spent 8 points of influence modified by the -2, and that's going to give me the Utem Swordsman in my latest command token. All right, nice little array of guys here, and as a special effect, after my action, I can do that. I'm just gonna get a rank or red crystal to my inventory because it doesn't seem like there's any enemies that I'm attacking just now. Do I want to do that? Probably. Yeah, that's fine. I need to get 7 points on, or 5 points on movement to get into there, so I'd rather just do that. Cool. So I rolled that. It's blue. Everything goes away. And draw it to my hand limit, which is 6. Again, keeps give me up to 8. So tremor, rage, march, swiftness, crystallize. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 is chilling stare. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right, Tovak, what are you doing? Tovak gets a red, gets a red, gets a green. I think I go for space bending. And then honestly, I might be able to spend some influence to get exposed too. This is nuts. So it'd be 5 points of movement to get into there. I don't have access to a green, but I could get the peasants movement. Crystallize can give me some stuff. Tremor. I have a green there. I'm not totally psyched about using that though. 5 points of movement. Yeah, why not? That's the right play. I mean, I could come out this way, but I can't put a core tile there, so that's pointless. I can't put a core tile here. That space bending could be really helpful because I can move 2 tiles of space away as they were adjacent. So if terrain comes out really bad, I'd have some extra options there for sure. So let me do this. I'm going to move 2 with swiftness, 2 with march, and 1 with crystallize. Now I have to be careful because inspiration is a healing effect, so I can't use that during combat. I will use it now to re-ready the savage monks. Well, actually, let me see what's going on here. I moved 2 before I moved the other 3. This reveals because it's day. You can always get all the information you can. Wow, another ice monk. You've got to be kidding me. Correct, and of course it's ice resistant, so I guess chilling stare is not going to work against it. just like clockwork, man. Like absolute clockwork. Wow. Wow. 10 points of block. All right, so if I do what I was planning to do, block, I get that back. That's 9, 10. Yeah, I can still do it. That's so stupid. It's bad. Let me chill there. Again, I took that back in my hand because I was like, let me see what's going on before I just decide to bull rush that. I'm going to play crystallize. I'm going to power with a blue, and I'm going to take a green. Right? So Tovak's gone pretty slow. I'll probably just end up in that mage tower, I guess. But it's only 3 more points of movement in. It's not awful. Alright, so I roll this. It's gold. I draw it to my hand limit, which is 6. I'm still adjacent to my keep, so I get my last card, mana draw. That's nice. That's nice. And I'm going to use this, and I'm going to ready the Savage Monks. Cool. Tovak. Red, green, blue. There we go. 3 more. 2 and 3. So now he's declaring end of round next turn. My turn. I kind of want to hold on to March if I can help it. Ooh, if in a fortified site, I could bring this guy in too, but he would be fortified with the wall. Siege attack would still work. So actually, I don't know if I'm going to be able to hold on to that move through. I might just be starting this next turn there. But I have to. I'm going to have to. I can't explore from there because I can't do a core tile if it's not adjacent to 2. So I'm going to have to get there and get back. Interesting. Interesting. All right, maybe I ready the peasants just get that extra movement. Block 10. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. With an attack 6. Ugh. This math is not working out. No. No, we get the Savage Monks. I'm being greedy is what the problem is right here. I'm being greedy. That's fine. I'm going to power mana draw with a gold. And then I'm going to set another thing in there. Any color I want. I'm going to set it to green. I'm going to get 2 green. All right. I'm going to spend 3 points of movement to go. I'm going to power March with green to get into here. And now I'm going to allow the Cursed Hags to join because I can do that in a fortified site. Great. I am going to block the Cursed Hag. I'm going to power the Savage Monk with Siege Attack 4, which is going to be enough. Oh, and then I'm going to power Tremor to say all enemies get -2. Awesome. Now again, I would still conquer this Mage Tower if I don't defeat the Cursed Hag, but by defeating the Cursed Hag, it gives me a reputation back plus another 3 fame. So I'm going to lose a 1 reputation for the attacking a fortified site. So I do a Siege Attack 4, which is enough to kill the Ice Mage because he has an armor of a 4. I reduce his attack. I reduce all enemies' attack armor by 2, so the 4 siege attack is sufficient. I'm going to block the Cursed Hag with this attack of a 3. Since I blocked the 3, I don't have to worry about the poison. Poison only comes into effect if you otherwise take a wound. And now I need 5 points of attack to defeat that sucker. So it's going to be 3 points of attack from the Red Cape Monks and then 2 points of attack from the Rage. That's sufficient to kill both of them. Now, since the Cursed Hag is a rampaging orc, I do get +1 to my reputation track, and then I'm going to get a total of 8 fame, so I go from 25 up to 33. Dunskies. My reward, I'm going to take space bending before I put another blue into this dude's little pile of blue here. I'm going to clean up my player. The green does not get re-rolled. That goes there. These go here. And since I took space bending, all of these go down, and this gets replaced. All right, right. Still 1 monastery on the board because I did not burn it down. It's shocking development in my life. Ooh, interesting. So I draw out to my hand limit, which is, it's just 6. I'm not next to my keep anymore. This goes away. And this turn, you may move and explore new tiles that are 2 spaces away from it as if you were adjacent. I might explore that, see if that's a city before I decide to waste movement to go down. If I had 4 points of movement, I could do it twice, but I don't. Alas, we're good. Tovak, end of rounds. I'm going to play space bending. Again, this turn you may move to spaces and explore new tiles that are 2 spaces away. Ooh, or, well, if I interacted, so if I use Chilling Stare for influence 5, maybe I get exposed. But remember, to get exposed, I need to spend 7 points of influence. The -2 is going to count, so I'd actually need 9 points of influence and a white. I'm not going to be able to get that with this hand. So I'm going to explore space out 2 spaces away. I'm going to use both Chilling Stare and Rage sideways. It gives me movement 2. I'm going to use that movement 2 to put the first core tile on the board, and it is not a city. That is great. Because now I can just go here, and since there are 2 things there, I can put another core tile there and just save myself a whole bunch of hassle getting in and out. Now the deep mine would have been nice, but you know, I already have 1 green crystal. We'll live without the blue, but we do have another monastery, so this comes on the board, and then we have a tomb. Blood Ritual gets added to the unit offer. Awesome. So I'm going to roll that. It is green. Space bending comes in huge. Tovak already declared end of round. What is this? This is my wound. This isn't my deck. So by 1 measly wound, I'm going to re-ready all my units, getting ready for the second night. Awesome. I don't know how to feel about this. I feel pretty good. So we get an elite unit. It is a catapult. We get an herbalist. Then we get the Fauna Masters with the dreaded exclamation point that can only be gotten by recruiting. All right, I'm adding training to Tovak's deck. So Tovak's up to 19 cards as we head into round 4. All right, these are good. We're going to add a green to Tovak's inventory. Down. I would not mind a bunch of influence early to get myself some exposed. Ooh, meditation. I didn't even see meditation. Really like that card too. Restoration. Do not like that as much. These move down. We're going to have to replace the 2 advanced actions in the unit offer. We get Decompose and Refreshing Walk. We get Blood of the Ancients in the advanced action offer. And then we have to roll this. This becomes a blue, a green, and a red. Not a bad roll. And let me start doing some deconstruction here. I can move this guy off. We're never attacking him. I do want to note, so I'll make a note that this is the middle of the board. And that should be fine. So we'll get all of these off. Yeah, never attacking any of this. Dunskies. Alright, that's fine. Those can go over there. I need to shuffle my D deck. Part of me is tempted to take Sparing Power just to make sure I get it. If I can conquer the first city, you know, this round, which, again, I've already got a core tile on the board. So it's a really 2/3 chance that that first city is going to be right there. Part of me really likes that idea. Let me see what I draw. I'm going to draw up to my hand limit, which is 6. We get March. We get gain a firebolt, we get tremor, we get stamina, and we get a wound. So I have no influence, and I can move all over God's green creation. Yikes. Midnight Meditation's interesting. Long Night's really interesting. And we're tackling a level 9 city, man. Like, ugh. So it's like, do I guarantee myself Sparing Power, or do I give it a 2/3 chance that I have Sparing Power ready for the last night? Is the big question, right? Midnight Meditation, maybe that'd be a little stupid. I mean, maybe all this movement early is not bad. Let me take Long Night. Oh, tempted. I just don't think Sparing Power is going to help me. Super tempted to do Midnight Meditation to see if I draw a bunch of influence cards, because then I can just maybe get this exposed, but I don't even have access to a white mana. So like, that'd just kind of be a fool's errand, right? I mean, meditation, I like meditation too, but it's the one thing about not, going after more artifacts is that I never got anything that's going to guarantee me black mana. So that's something I'm definitely aware of. But let me roll, and if I don't roll a 6, I'll feel somewhat good about what I just did. I rolled a 5. 5's already out. I rolled a 5. Come on, the tension! It's a 3. 3's out too. It's a 4. All right, cool. So we go first, and we have Sparing Power waiting for us in the 3rd night. Cool. With all this movement, I mean, let me see how this adds up. And part of me is wondering, do I just freaking try to get to that tomb? Tombs give you, I think it's a spell and an artifact. Am I making this up? No, a spell and an artifact. Monastery is there too, so that's a nice little artifact. But that might all be just a really dumb idea. If I go into the spawning grounds, I mean, am I really thinking about going sideways here? It's probably, none of this is probably a good idea. Spawning grounds is 3 crystals and an artifact. And I have to face 2 monsters. But the problem is it's 8 movement just to get there. Oh yeah, that should be that. Now this is where space bending might come in handy. Give me some more options. But what are we gonna do? First, can you believe it? I'm going to play March for move 4 because I'm gonna power it with the green from the source. Now it's 3 points of movement into the hills plus the 1 because of the wall that I just climbed over like a boss. I'm going to play stamina for move 2, and I'm going to so I'm going to explore. We have ourselves the White City and a keep right in front of me. Don't hate that. We got a spawning grounds there too. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I'll probably attack that spawning grounds. That's really nice. So we have a level 9 city. That's face down because it's night, even though I'm adjacent. We have a Draconum who's pretty much out of the way. That's face up. It is what is that guy? A lava dragon, I think he is. Where is my cheat sheet when you need it? What are you? I'm a lava dragon. Yes, sir. Right on the first try. Cool. So that's good. I'm hesitant to reveal this because there was a dragon right there. Now all of a sudden I'm fighting a dragon I don't want to fight. I mean, I'd much rather move into here and siege that on the next turn, right? Or do I move into there now and siege it on this turn? Because I have 80 units and I can refresh one. Where am I at? I can get a red crystal, have a green. I have reds and greens. If I use 2 of these, and I can, that'll probably make some sense. Could, but now I'm not going to be able to recruit the catapults. Well, if I get enough influence, I could replace the peasants with the catapults, and that wouldn't be insane either. I'll obviously be at -3 though after I siege it. So let me do that. Again, I have long nights. I do want to be a little more aggressive with my hand here. I can do some things with Tremor. So I'm going to play March. I'm going to use the peasants for move 4 and go into here. What do we have? I lose a reputation because of that. All right, so we have a, well, it's not terrible. For real. We have a golem. They're only attacking with a 2. They have physical resistance, and they have 5 armor. So I'm not going to worry about blocking them because it's just going to be 1 wound, and I'm going to assign it to the peasants. Poor peasants are just like punching bags here. Now I'm going to use the Red Cape Monks for a fire attack 4. So that is efficient against the physical resistance there. And I'm going to use... can only ready one of these guys. I don't want to use both of these sideways. That seems... Oh, by the way, now that I'm adjacent to this, I'll do it after this because obviously once I get adjacent, then I can reveal the garrison. And I think I have to wait till after the combat when I officially like take over ownership of that spot anyway. Yeah, I definitely don't want to use Tremor. Do not want to use Tremor, is what I just tried to say. Don't think I want to use the monks or the Utum swordsman just yet. So yeah, we'll use the firebolt. Oh, it's such a waste. Such a waste. I just need like a measly attack too, and I'm using a firebolt. That's bad, right? Because remember, the fire attack's efficient, so it reduces the armor effectively to 1. Could use Utum swordsman. I'm not really looking to wound them this turn anyway. I'm going to definitely want them for the next 2 rounds. So fine, I'll use Utum swordsman for the attack 3, and that's efficient. That allows me to keep on to the firebolt and the tremor, and I think that's a better place for me to be at this point. So, and remember, I can still ready units with rejuvenation too, so I have some options there as well. So I defeated the fire golems. I already lost a reputation because I'm sieging a fortified site. I get 4 fame, which gets me up to 37. Thing. I'm going to get a shield there. That's my 3rd keep. So nice little keep strategy building. That gives me 3 card draws there. I'm going to clean up my play area. That's a black. These come over here. I'm going to put this over here. My reward is my extra card draw. I'm going to do my level up. My level up is the next 2 skills. What do we have? 2 range attack during the day, 1 range attack during the night, or when I use a unit, I get +1 to a range attack, +2 to a regular attack, and +3 to a block. Man, it's so like thematic, right? It's like, do I want to just Norowas the heck out of this game? That skill is called leadership. Or just the range attack. That's once a turn too, whenever I activate a unit. This is a little bit more flexible, but honestly, I'm probably using units more than not when I'm at the city phase. So sure, we'll take leadership. We're going all the way with this Norowasness. Oh, wait, this revealed at the end of the turn. So maybe, let me see, because I might want that skill, to be honest with you, from no, but I don't want in need. I don't want any of these. Ugh. Well, do I have 1 wound in my hand? I do. In need could be maybe enough to get the catapult, so that's a lot. That'd be a lot. I don't know. So what is this level 9 garrison here? It's going to be 3 keeps and 2 city garrison, and I am adjacent, so it is revealed. All right, so we have the Utum guardsmen. So they're not bad. 3 attack. They are double fortified. Oh, we get the other stone golems. We're going to get the thugs. Fine. So that, again, is a level 9 city. And then there's 2 city garrison. I haven't seen a city garrison in a while, I feel like, between Mines Live, and I've been messing around with some of the other base scenarios. All right, so we have the Ultimate Mages, another physical resistance guy. That's a little gross. And then we have the yeah, the Legionnaires. Yikes, yikes, yikes. This skill of Tobax might be might be really important too. Wow, Legionnaires are pretty brutal. This skill, I mean, again, by reducing his armor by 3, I'm saving myself 6 points of attack. I mean, that's a 6/6 skill against that guy. Oh, what am I doing? If I can combine that with Tremor too, that could be a nice little combo. It's a pretty rough garrison, I'm not gonna lie. Tremor's nice. I do have the green, I have a black there. Save that 1 red. If I expose, it would have been coming really, really handy. But yeah, it just wasn't meant to be at the beginning of this round. So I will take Tovak's skill. I think that's a lot more important than leadership. Just looking at those Legionnaires is definitely in my head. And that means I have to take the bottom card, so I take In Need. Okay, that gets refreshed with Diplomacy. Don't love these skills right now. Or advanced actions, I should say. And we replenish this with another one of Tovak's skills. It is I Don't Give a Damn. Is that what it's called? It is I Don't Give a Damn. Yeah, once a turn, play a card sideways for +2, or play a spell, artifact, or advanced action sideways for +3. Great. I'm going to draw up to my hand limit, which is 6, but then because of my 3 keeps, it's going to be 9. So In Need, Concentration, Crystallize, Rejuvenation, Chilling Stare, Threaten. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. I would need 12 points of influence to get myself the catapults. That was all 1 turn. What is happening in this game? Okay. I have 1 wound. Oh, an additional influence 2 for each one in my hand, and are on a unit. Oh, so that's influence 9. Oh, In Need might have just been the card I needed. It's a card I needed, and I just didn't know. All right, Tovak, what are you doing? So Tovak's going to go green, blue, and white, so he still has 15 cards in his deck. My turn. Don't have a green. Get a green. This is the 1 wound that keeps floating around, but that's fine. I mean 9 cards in my hand because of the keeps. I can't really be that worried about 1 stupid thing. So look, I'm going to use this to refresh the Red Cape Monks. I think that fire attack is going to be super, super important. Here's everything in the White City. Oh, remember everything is +1 armor. Oh, jeez. Okay. Interesting. That'll be fun. Yikes. We are going to play Rejuvenate to get me a green mana, because I need to save this green crystal, right? And we're going to then use that green mana to power In Need. That gives me influence 5, influence 6, 7, influence 8, 9. So I need 3 more points of influence. Chilling Stare, I can prevent someone from attacking. I'll probably prevent... The nice thing is there's not a ton of wounds there. I'll probably prevent the Ultimate Mages from attacking. They're physical resistant, but they're not ice resistant, so they're not immune to Chilling Stare. So that's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That modifies to an 8 because of that. So, man, I was hoping to use Crystallize. Hoping to use Crystallize to get another crystal in my inventory. Definitely need Tremor. Well, I'm not using these anyway. Let's be real. I'm not using the red or the blue anyway. I'm using that black for Tremor. So the question is, do I use Crystallize this turn? No. I mean, I'll have another turn or two. What I'll probably do is set up and just keep a little bit. As much as I'm drooling over that spawning grounds, maybe I'll try to siege the city, then do the spawning grounds next turn, and then I could siege the level 12 Megapolis, and the last night might make some sense. So I'm going to use the red from the inventory, from the source, gives me all the influence I need to recruit, even with the modification, to recruit the catapults. Now I'm going to disband the peasants, and then I'm going to use that open command token, and the catapults come in ready. Peasants, thank you for your service. You were awesome. All right. So that will do. Now this stays in my hand, right? Just because it's getting an additional 2 for each 1 card in my hand, it doesn't mean I discard it. It stays in my hand, and then all of this will go away. That's a green. Ding. All these go here. I draw to my hand limit, which is 9. Do I want to get rid of any of these? No. So I draw 3 more cards. 1, 2, and 3. Fairly strong hand here. Swiftness is probably useless. Cool. Tovak. Green, green, blue. 3 more cards. 1, 2, and 3. My turn. I'm gonna need a blue for Chilling Stare. Yeah, I'm gonna rest actually. I'm gonna get rid of Swiftness and just get that wound out of my hand, and I'm gonna play Crystallize, which is a special effect, so you can even do that when you're resting. And I'm gonna power it with a blue, and then the real question is, Siege Fire Attack. I think I'd take a red. Wow. Yeah, Tremors, super bananas. It's -6. The math gets a little funny here because of the White City. I think I have to take a red. Then Chilling. Well, if I'm defeating that in the siege attack phase, Chilling Stare is not going to do anything for me anyway. Right, because I'm reducing its armor, and then I'm going to have this siege attack. That's ranged, so that's not going to help. But I probably wipe that out in the siege attack phase, and then I can assign some wounds. Didn't get Force of Nature yet. Remember, this will come in handy next turn because I can just heal a unit no matter what its level is. So that's kind of nice. Yeah, it's fine. So I'm going to get a red because I'm going to need as much elemental attack as possible against that specific garrison. And then I'm going to drop this card as well at the end of my turn. So I roll this. It is white. This goes away. Because then when you rest, you can drop any number of non-wound cards and any number of wounds, but it has to be at least one non-wound card in the bunch. I'm going to draw to my hand limit, which is 9. So Chilling Stare again, proving not that useful. Noble Manners, Stamina, Improvisation, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And last card, and I feel like I'm space bending. Yeesh. At the end of this turn, set a star for the rest of the round. Oh, at the end of your turn, set this card aside for the rest of the round. Put all the cards you play this turn, not those discarded or thrown away, back in your hand. Skip the new draw cards portion of your end of your turn step and immediately take another turn. Time bending is not that useful in a solo game. I mean, it could get you 2 turns in a row. But I wouldn't have another black. I'm a little bit more intrigued. Spoke a little bit too quick there, but I don't have, yeah, this was a iffy draw. I mean, these 4 cards aren't all that useful. I don't know if I could do much better though, other than I want to get mana draw. Mana draw would be nice. Mana draw would be very nice. All right, Tovak's third turn, right? Yeah, first turn, second turn, so third turn, he gets a red, a green, and a red, 2 more. My turn, I think I will kind of kick the can down the road a little bit. I know I had a bunch of movement cards early. I think I still have another Swiftness in there. Improvisation's not the greatest thing, but I think I want to get this revealed before I kind of get stuck and like not knowing what the heck I'm doing. So I hold on to Improvisation. Sure, space bending, and yeah, I don't even have a blue to power space bending. So I'm going to do a move 2 and kind of see what this is. It is the last city, and it is green. All right, so we go to the rules for a Megapolis, because that's where the Megapolis is going to be. When you set up a Megapolis, the second city is going to go, where are you? It goes on the right of the tile. So we just totally ignore what's supposed to be there, so we're not going to put that thing down. Yeah, so what the org that should be there is going to be totally ignored. So we're going to get the green city, and now I have to go back to the core tiles, and the next city up is the blue city. So we get the blue city, and that's going to be a level 12. Now I am considered adjacent, so I can reveal that garrison too. So we're going to get the blue city card and the green city card, and we basically just get the garrisons for a level 6 of both of them, and we're going to get all of those enemies. So for the green city, now remember, they all get all of the benefits. So elemental attacks right now are going to be especially gross as we go into the city. So a level 6 green city is going to be a 2 keeps. Again, these are all face down. I'm not looking at them yet. Well, I am adjacent, so I can look at them. Two keep garrisons. For the blue city, it's going to be no keep garrisons. For the green city, we're going to have 1 monster. It's face down for now. We'll reveal it in a second. For the blue city, we get none. For the blue city, we get 1 Mage Tower garrison. And again, these are all the level 6 things that we're doing for both cities. And for the green city, we're going to get a level, we're going to get a city garrison. And for the blue city, we're getting 2 city garrisons, 1 and 2. Now, doesn't matter what city they came from, they're all considered to be in both spaces. It is what it is. So we're going to take these 3, 7 armies. We're going to flip the city garrison over, and we're going to pray for very few elemental attacks. So we have, oh, these are the Ultimate Guardians. These are the Grim Legionnaires. So we have them. They can't be fortified. We have the Gunners. So that's going to be a fire attack of a 8. We have the Freezers. That's an ice attack of a 5 with Paralyze. That's awesome. We have the other Guardsmen. We have the Utham Swordsmen. We have the Gargoyles. And we have ourselves the Sorcerers. No, sorry, not the Sorcerers. That is the another one that can't be fortified. That is the Mage Familiars. So not the worst, really. Just those 2 with elemental attack. We'll deal with that. All the physical attacks have poison, but we're probably not going to do much with that until the last round anyway. So the poison's not going to be much of a deal. Cool. So we did the move 2. I'm not going to drop the rest of these cards. I don't think I could. Well, I still have the Druidic Staff. I still have some things that are interesting. So these go away, and then I'm going to draw up. Oh, I still have Long Night. That's awesome. Do I want to keep Improvisation? Improvisation is just so card heavy. No, I'm dropping Improvisation too. I think I can do a little bit better than that. So I draw up 3 more cards. We got Rage, Swiftness. Will I make the right choice? Ooh, Force of Nature. I don't hate it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Cool. Tovak, what are you doing? 1, 2, and white. Ooh, getting max turns here. Like that. And now it is time, my friends. It's time to face me. I still never got mana draw, but that's fine. Right? I never got mana draw. Tell me I never got mana draw. Yeah, I never got mana draw. That's fine. There's my 1 wound. But we are entering the city. We are sieging a city, so we lose our reputation. I'm going to use stamina to enter. There's some hilarious memes about like, I did this, I did this, I did this, I did this. Did you spend the 2 to move in? Oh, shoot. It's just like classic Mage Knight garbage that people do when you're learning. All right, so this is going to be face up. It's an orc. I forgot to put the, what are they? I think they're the skirmishers. I think those weenies are called. Fine. All right, move 2, entered. Hello, level 9 White City. How are you? What am I doing? All right, I'm playing Tremor, powering it with a green and the black from the source. All armies get -6 if they are fortified. All of these clowns are fortified, and it doesn't matter. Double fortified, regular fortified. It is what it is. But they have +1 armor, so now we have this guy is +1 armor, -6, so 3 armor. +1 armor, -6. Again, it's a minimum of 1. So 1 armor, 1 armor. This is +1 -6, so 2. +1 -6, so 2. Right? Right. This, can I read? I think this skill from Tovak is the same thing. Yeah, minimum of 1. So I could also reduce this clown's armor. Oh, I can reduce his armor to a 1. Now, they can't be attacked in the siege attack phase because they're double fortified, right? So that's the thing. But their armor is still reduced. So that's fine. So if I reduce his armor, it was a 9 -6 is a 3. I can reduce it to a 2 with that. Yeah. Yeah. So, perfect. I'm going to do... Oh, this is sick. I'm going to do Siege Fire Attack 5. His armor is a 2. His armor is a 1. His armor is a 1. They are all super dead. And actually, I can save this for him because it's a Siege Fire Attack 5. If his armor was a 3, 1, 1, they're still all dead. Right? Right. So it does not matter. Yeah, that's cool. So they're all dead. I feel like I'm cheating here. Now we get to the combat phase. So the block phase. I'm going to block. Yeah, they're both double fortified. So the siege attack doesn't do anything for me. I'm going to block the swordsman with the guardsman with the block 3. And then I could play force of, no, what I'm going to do? Yeah, I'm going to play force of nature. I'm going to make the savage monks physically resistant. So that they absorb that without taking a wound, right? Because they have 4 armor. Then I'm going to do, I can use the savage monks for the block because you can block and then assign wounds. So this is the assign wounds phase. So in the block, before we got to the assigned wounds, where the force of nature would have triggered, I do a block 3, block 2. So that's block 5. So I block these 2 guys, right? So now we're in the melee phase. His armor is still only a 2, but he's resistant to everything. So I need to have 4 physical attack for him. His armor is a 2. He is resistant to nothing. So 4 physical attack plus 2, and if I combine them, they both can be physically resistant, so that's not great. So what I'm going to do is use the Red Cape Monks. I'm going to keep this red crystal because I can. That's going to be enough to kill this guy. And then I have attack 4, which is enough to kill the Ultim Guardians. And then I'm going to play Firebolt to get a red crystal to my inventory. And I still have concentration and swiftness and a whole bunch of goodness. But yeah, you see Tremors is so sick. And that's why like trying to get to that first city and that second night when you have Tremor is like everything, because it just makes life a lot easier. So to review, basically everyone's armor was reduced by a combined total of 5, minimum 1, right? So it's a +1 and the -6 from Tremor. Again, the way that works out. So the fire attack 5 was enough to kill these 3. The physical attack 4 was enough to kill the Ultim Guardians in the melee phase, and then physical attack 3 from the Red Cape Monks was enough to kill the Ultim Guardsmen in the melee phase as well. I'm going to get +1 reputation because I killed the thugs, because no one likes the thugs. And I'm going to get 4 plus 2 is 6, plus 8 is 14, plus 8 is 22, plus 3 is 25. Greg knows math. And we're going to add that to my 37 fame, plus 25 gets me up to 62. I do not exactly level up. I come really close though. I don't level up twice, I should say, but I'm going to add another command token. And I do have an outside chance of recruiting something next turn. I mean, I'm only at -3. I did kill 5 enemies, so I get +5 influence for that. And so 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, this guild comes over here. This goes here. We roll that black mana. It's blue. And clean up my play area. All right, so later in this playthrough that you will see, I realized that I cheated. I did cheat. Right. So Tremor is only -4 against all enemies, or -6 against one enemy. So I was again moving quick, made a mistake. So I'm gonna go back. I set up the city. I have the cards in my hand that I had, and like, let's do this the correct way, right? So I moved 2 for information purposes. So we are going to move 2 to move into the city. Again, my reputation was -3, so we'll kind of come back to that. So going into the city, so what's happening, right? So I moved, everyone's armor is down by 4, but it's +1 because we're in the White City. So what I'm going to do is just show everyone's armor with dice, which is probably what I should have done during the playthrough. So +1 -4 is 5 with physical resistance. +1 -4 is 2 for the thugs. +1 -4 is 2 for the golems with physical resistance. +1 -4 is 4 for the Ultim Guardians, and they have all resistances. And then +1 -4 is 4 for the Guardsmen. Now they are fortified, double fortified, so they cannot be attacked until the melee phase, right? So what would I do differently had I, had a brain? So obviously I used the black from the source and I used the green mana. I would still use a Siege Fire attack 5, and that would be enough to kill the Ultim Mages. So do not need to worry about them. Anyway, it would not have, however, also not have killed the multiple enemies that I had to kill afterwards. All right, so a lot of what I would do still plays out very similar. We'll kind of see how this plays out now. So what I would do is I have Force of Nature, so I could always assign a wound to, I could make physical resistance to, I could add physical resistance to somebody, right? So I could add physical resistance to the Ultim Swordsman if I wanted to and give them a wound. That kind of all works out the same. Now I don't have a green mana. Now I have concentration, which gives me some opportunities, but I have plenty of fire attack, right? So that's kind of the saving grace of where I'm at and how I would make this work. Now, if I didn't block anything, now my armor at that point was still at 6. If I didn't block anything, I would only be taking 6 wounds, right? So that's not a ton. So let me lay that out. And again, the rest of the cards that I had in my hand, beyond the Force of Nature, we had Concentration, we had Firebolt, we had Determination, Rage, Swiftness, and Rage. So I had both my rages. Now it's important to kill the Ultimate Mages, right? Because they have the poison and the brutal, and they're just a whole bunch of things that we don't want to deal with, right? So what do I need to defeat these guys? Well, I can use this on the Ultimate Guardsmen, and although I would not have been able to defeat them in the Ultimate Guardians, what are they called? I always forget what they're called. The Ultimate Guardians, I said Guardsmen, Ultimate Guardians, I would not be able to defeat them in a siege phase because they're double fortified. I still could have reduced their armor all the way down to a 1 with that skill, right? That's why I took that skill in the first place. So he's down to 1, and so I need 2 physical attack to defeat him. And I would need, if I combine them, I can't combine them still. So ultimately, we know that I'm going to kill the Ultimate Guardians with a Rage with 2 physical attack because their armor is all the way down to a 1. Great. So again, it goes from a 7 to an 8, down by 4, down by 3, and now we have an armor of a 1. Golden. I'm going to need 4 physical attack to defeat that guy. And we're going to worry about the wounds in a little bit, right? Could get a red from the Firebolt. Right, I did end the last time I ended with another, I had to put another red on Norowas because I just used Firebolt just for the crystal. So am I defeating anything else with siege attack? No, I don't have a green. I have no way of getting a green, and the rest of this is not effective. So the question is, what am I blocking, right? If I made the Utum Swordsman physically resistant, right, so I could use Concentration to get a blue, and then that would give me a 5 block from Determination, and that would allow me to block the Ultimate Guardians. Right, Ultimate Guardians blocked. I could do Force of Nature to make the Utum Swordsman to have physical resistance, and then I would just assign the 6 points of damage from the thugs. Physical resistance would reduce it by 4, and then a wound. The last 2 points of damage would give it a wound. Now they were used, but I could still use Force of Nature to give them physical resistance. That's fine. So I have these last 2 wounds. I could do, let's think about how much attack I'm going to need to defeat these 3 enemies, right? Because I still have these 3 enemies left. I could do 4, that's physical resistance. So I could use this. So the armor is a 2 with physical resistance. So I need 4 points of attack for this guy. I need 2 point of attack for the thugs, and I need 4 point of attack for this guy. And I can't combine them. So I could play Rage for a attack 4. That would kill the Guardians. The question is what I'm doing with those wounds, right? And then I still then I could combine, I could use both of these attacks for an attack 6, and that would kill both of those guys, right? So then the question is, would I be stuck with either of these wounds? Well, really, I know I have the thing that allows me to just heal a unit, right? Which is bananas. So that was my other skill that I had at the time, which is over here. So realistically, I wouldn't have been that worried about assigning one of these wounds there, and I could have just taken another wound to my hand. All of that would have worked, and then I still had Firebolt, and I could have gained a red crystal, which, that's probably the right play there. As it plays out, there's plenty of ways that I could heal units with the cards that I had in my hand, and it wouldn't have been that big of a deal. So that would have been a really one way. I'm not going to belabor this too much. That would have been one way to really kind of take care of all these enemies. Reducing this guy's armor from an 8 down to a 1 is huge. The siege fire attack 5 is still enough, so I get rid of both of the city garrisons right off the bat. I have both the monks. That attack 6 would have wiped out those 2 keep guys, and then obviously I could have had that other red to take care of the physical resistance of the golems. So definitely definitely not ideal. Glad I caught it before it was too late for me to kind of recreate this and just kind of run through this really quick. Sorry about that mistake. Let's get back to the action. Thanks again. I am the proud owner of a city, so I get either the +2 for owning the city, or I get +3 for the keep, whatever is greater. I'm obviously going to choose the keep, but it doesn't really matter because I don't have that many cards anyway. So I'm going to draw the rest of my cards. Mana draw and Druidic Staff. If I had a blue, I'd get some crystals, but I do not, and that's fine. This gets cleaned up. Long Night. Oh, never mind. Long Night does trigger. In the middle of my draw, I can throw that away, draw 3 more cards. That could be really nice, actually. So we'll shuffle those. I'm going to take the top 3 cards and Chilling Stare, Rage, and March. Tovak's turn. It is a white, it is a blue. He's going to declare end of round next turn. My turn. Can I get the Delphana Masters? It would cost me 16 influence. I have 5. It's 12. I can. So nuts. Sure. I'm going to recruit the Delphana Masters. Why? Because I can. So cool. I'm going to power concentration with the green from the source. I'm going to play Chilling Stare, get a stronger effect +2, so that's 7. I get +1 influence for each enemy I destroyed and defeated in the white city, so that's 12. And then 13, 14, 15, 16 influence, -3 because the reputation track. And I'm going to recruit the Delphana Masters, who I think I've recruited twice in my life. They're great. I mean, it's an interesting. I mean, I don't love them, but they're pretty wild. When activating the Delphana Masters, you can use different abilities against the same or different targets. So, getting a bunch of mana. Target enemy does not attack. Target enemy is destroyed if blocked. Armor of target enemy is reduced by 5. I mean, there's a bunch of crazy stuff going on. Target enemy loses all fortification resistances. But yeah, they're pretty bananas to get. That's not usual. I'll have 16 influences lying around to get them like that. I don't know. What did I do? I don't know what was left in my hand. Probably a card or 2. It doesn't matter. Tovak ends up declares end of round. I declare end of round, and we move on with our lives. All right. Well. Look at this garrison, man. This is a Norowas game if I ever saw one. It is nuts. Replace that. Cool. I'm gonna chill in my city. We're gonna shuffle my deck. Look at that green-blue city. I'm not scared. I ain't scared of you. What do you got? You got nothing. Nothing. I really do think I do the monster spawning grounds. I don't know. Wait till the last night. I mean, there's not much upside in rushing in and trying to do this during the day. I mean, I guess I could, but that just seems weird. It seems weird. It feels wrong. All right, there's still 2 monasteries on the board, so this goes away. We're adding a green to Tovak's deck. We're adding a white crystal to his inventory. So that's nice and more balanced the way I like to see it. This goes away. I never got exposed. It's fine. This goes here. Burning Shield can be nice. These come down. 2 more advanced actions in the unit offer. Ooh, Chivalry and Peaceful Moment. And we get counterattack into the advanced action offer. Obelisks go away. We're going to replenish the unit offer. We're going to get an elite unit. Another Delphana Masters. They're jealous. They're like, hey, you recruit us too. Thugs. And some catapults. Wow. It's Twins Day, kids. And then we're going to get our new source. We're rolling that. It's a white, a red, and a gold. Yikes. I mean, yeah, if I can spend this turn somehow getting a lot more crystals, getting every crystal I can, I think I seize the spawning grounds. I think I hang out near here. I can use my units in the spawning grounds, and I think that just makes a lot more sense. And then I'm next to my keep. I get 9 cards to start next turn with sparing power. Yeah, it's nuts. All right, so I'm going to take early bird. So I'm going to go first, and drawing up to 9 cards. March, stamina, determination, rage, improvisation, swiftness, mana draw, stamina. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Remember, so I'm getting the +3 because of the keep, not the +2 because of the city. Yikes. I don't know why I said yikes. There's nothing like... I take it back. There's like nothing to yikes about. Nothing to yikes about. Oh, there's a village right there. There's a village right there. I mean, I could try to get to that village. I mean, if I put something in play and it's bad, then I could just come back to this keep, right? Right. Give me some options at least. Yeah. Am I gonna just do this? I think I'm just gonna do this. That's fine. Conquered. Yep. Spawning grounds. Let's go. We're gonna move 3 into the 4. So it's in a wasteland. Sometimes the spawning grounds are hard to see what they're supposed to be in. That's definitely a wasteland. So I'm going to remove this actually. And so I'm going to move 2, move all my movement cards, move 4, get to the spawning grounds. Let's see no reason not to attack it. Not with what I'm working with right now. I mean, right? It's just really bizarre. Firebolt. Right. So I'm going to get 2 monster enemies what do we have? We have Medusa. So she's an armor of a 4. She got paralyzed. She attacks with a 6. And then we have the Minotaurs. So they attack with a 5. With brutal, they have armor of a 5. Cool. I'm going to play the Savage Monks. Power them with the gold from the source. Gold mana can be used in the spawning grounds. That is going to kill Medusa. I guess Medusa and... I mean, the spawning grounds is so funny when you get like Medusa and the Minotaur, because like that's a scary baby. I'm not gonna lie. And now we have the Minotaur. I'm going to block. Yeah, I'm gonna play Improvisation, discard Rage. I'm gonna play Determination. That's block 5. Now I need attack 5. I will play the Swordsman and the Red Cape. Yeah, but I could just do. There's no point in me holding on to all these cards, but. Sure, I won't play any cards actually. I'll just do Siege, Fire, Attack 5 with this red crystal, and then I'm going to replenish that red crystal with Firebolt. No, it just makes no sense. Why would I not just max? No, I'm not going to do that. That makes no sense. I'll do, yeah, we'll block it the way I was doing it. So that's block, and now I need, so I will play Firebolt anyway to get that red crystal in there. Technically it's not special effects, I can do it anytime. And then now I need 5 attack. I will do 3 with the catapults. Yeah, and the Red Cape. And the, well, I'll do the Red Cape Monks and eat them Swordsmen. So that's done. So Minotaur is dead. Medusa's dead. There's too many options. The more options I have is the more when I start like thinking about this game. I'm like, oh, what's optimal? But you can min-max this forever, right? It's not how I like to play this game. So I get 9 fame. So I go from 62 to 71, which is really nice, right? And we're going to get, again, no reputation because it's just a spawning ground. I'm going to put a shield on there. And we're going to get ourselves their rewards. And I get a level up. So we're going to do all that before I forget. So the rewards are, I'm going to roll a die 3 times. Where's my random mana die? I get a white crystal. I'm going to roll again. I get a gold, so I can choose the color. I'm going to take a green. And I'm going to roll again. I get a black, which means I get 1 fame. I think that's right. Yep. And now I get an artifact. Let's see what these are. Banner of Fortitude, Horn of Wrath. Wow. Once a round, I can heal. Anytime I set the encounter, I can heal all my units completely. Oh, man, that's like... do I go in and attack these guys now? Yeah, dude. I played the Horn of Wrath so much on this unit, on this thing. Like, so much. Yeah, once a round when this unit is about to get wounded, flip this card to ignore the wound and any additional effects from it. That's really sick. And that could be great against the freezers, man, because they are the scary ones of the rest. Heal all your units completely. The heal all your units completely is a little weird because by the time, a lot of times, like when I have Banner of Fortitude, like again, I'm only attacking the last night when all my units are wounded and they've already been used, right? So healing them doesn't mean I get to reuse them. If it was like heal and like refresh, it makes it a little stronger. But yeah, I've used Horn of Wrath too much on this channel. I'll take Banner of Fortitude because I like what that does. I can allow the freezers to attack with their attack 5 and the paralyzed, but it's about to get unit. Bam, flip that over. We're good because remember the Defiled Monsters have ice resistance, so that ice attack they're not going to take a wound until they'll absorb the first 3 points of damage, and then the next 2 is be what would cause a wound, and the Banner of Fortitude would kick in then. So there's my reward. Now I do my level up. This was the extra die I was rolling from there. I'm going to re-roll this. It's still a gold. My level up, next 2 skills. Where's my motivation, man? A movement skill is obviously useless. I'm going to take Tovek skill again? What? No, I really don't want Blood of the Ancients. Really don't want Blood of Ancients. I really want counterattack. Yes, sir. That is what I want. Boom. Magic talent. All right. So I took this is Norowas' skill. It is Whisper in the Treetops. That's right. We whisper in the treetops just like this. Or something like that. I don't know. Elves. Elves are weird. We're going to, you heard it there first. Novel concepts. Elves are weird. We are now going to draw up to 9. So, because I'm still adjacent to my keeps, so counterattack, Banner of Fortitude, Rage, Space Bending. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9er. Oh, I never shuffled Tovek's deck from last turn, so there should be 19 cards in here. I don't know. 20. Should be 20 cards in here. Right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That is correct. Tovak's first turn. Green, blue, white, red. So 2 more cards. So it was green, white, red. I know a blue tried to slip out there, but it was false advertising. All right, I'm going to assign the Banner of Fortitude to the Defauda Masters. They're the only ones that can absorb that attack from the freezers, and that's great. I'm going to play Crystallize. I'm going to power it with a white crystal to my inventory. You know what? I'm going to power the gold to get a blue crystal to my inventory. I'm going to play March for move 2 to get this tile out. This is the final tile in the terrain deck. It is the couple of orcs in my face. Honestly, it gives me something to do. I really don't hate that. What do we got? It is, and there's a keep there. Oof, that's funny. Yeah, I don't think I'm not even worried about that village. All right, so we got the orc diggers. Now they are fortified, not double fortified though, so I can attack them in the with siege attacks. And then we have the catapults. They are also fortified, not double fired. They can attack them with siege attacks. Great. Yeah, I'll probably take them both out next turn because I can. That's fine. We're going to clean up my play area. It's a blue. This goes here. I draw it to my hand limit, which is still 9. So 1, 2, 3. Druidic Staff is nice. Do I have a blue card? Discard a card of any color. Then spells are colors. Doesn't say basic card. So yeah, I can use space bending to get 2 crystals, which I like. Tovak is blue, blue, white. 1 white card. He has 1 white crystal in his inventory, so 1 white card comes off. My turn. I'm going to play Druidic Staff. I'm going to discard space bending. I'm going to get 2 greens. Alright, really load up on crystals this turn like I had planned. And then I'm going to attack both these orcs at the same time. I'm going to power catapults with a siege fire attack of a 5, which is enough to kill both of them. I get +2 reputation because I just defeated 2 more rampaging orcs. Oh, there should be a keep garrison here. Sorry about that. And I get how much fame? I get 6 fame, so that gets me 72 to 78. Awesome. Druidic Staff is done. I'm going to draw up to, do I try to get there? Is the village going to be that much more important than the keep is really the ultimate question. The real question is, do I get Tremor in my hand early next turn? And then this my whole round kind of revolves around that. Anyway, so I'm drawing up to, I roll this green. I draw up 2 more cards, Force of Nature and Threaten. Do I try to, who would I even replace? If I try to get these other catapults, right? Seriously, who am I replacing? And I could replace the Utum swords. I can't disband the Red Cape monks because they have the bonds of loyalty. Oh man, I could even sit there. It guarantees me a black. That's awesome. That is awesome. I can go back into city. I recruit the catapults. I get rid of the Utum swordsmen. I think that's the right play. That siege attack is nice. Siege attack is nice. All right, Tovak, blue, white, blue. 3 more. 1, 2, 3. My turn. Yeah, I'm going to move back into the city. I'm going to spend a white to power Noble Manners. So that gives me 9 influence. I'm going to play Threaten. That gives me 10, 11 influence. And then I spend 2 influence to get another elite unit in the source, but that's fine. I'm going to get the other catapults, and I'm going to disband the Utum swordsmen. As catapults come in. Ready? And I might as well, because I have, that's 9, 10, 11. It modifies to 10. I'll spend Force of Nature sideways to put another elite unit. The Fire Monks, yeah, I don't think they're as helpful. Well, fire resistance could work wonders against those guys. But I think the Siege Attack 4 from the Savage Monks is too good. I think it's, yeah, I don't think it's, I don't know if it's enough for an upgrade. Although, what is that Siege Attack 4 going to get me? Well, no, I could actually wipe out a couple of those guys, especially if I reduce their armor by 6. Now, these 2 aren't fortified, but those guys have no resistances at all. All right, that's fine. We're good. I get +1 fame, +1 reputation because I use Noble Manners. That's a white. These go away. I draw to my hand limit, which is 9 still. Oh, there's a wound. Oh yeah, I still haven't got rejuvenate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right, so I got a wound, I got chilling stare, I got in need. There's my rejuvenate. Ask and you shall receive. Tovak. 1, 2, and 3. It's green. 1 comes off. My turn. I'm going to play rejuvenate to heal 1. So I have no wounds left in my deck. I'm going to try to get to that village. Is it worth it? Move 4, 5, 6, 7, 12. I do not have move 12. That is for sure. That is for sure. 2 more cards there. It's fine. So I'm going to end my turn. I played a card, so that's a legitimate turn. I draw the last 2 cards. There's a movement card. Like, yeah, so Tremor was on the bottoms. That's super bad. Tovas and Flare end of round next turn. So if that happens next turn, that's going to be a little bit of a problem. I'm going to play Concentration. I'm going to also play March. That gives me the stronger effect of March +2. So that's move 6. I'm going to use this before I forget to get a white crystal and a green mana. So I'll actually just power that with the green mana. That's fine. And now I'm going to move 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So it's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This flips. It is just an Utum guardsman. No, Utum crossbowman. And now I'm going to be able to enter from the village, which is pretty awesome, with a pretty full array of crystals. All right, we're good. We're going to clean this up. Everything's gonna ready. Never even used that, which is fine. Done, done. Cool. I mean, I'm coming in with a siege fire attack of a 10. If I can get a black mana in the source to start, we're pretty much in business. If I get and a tremor in my hand, right, or earthquake in my hand, more specifically. Cool. So we're gonna shuffle these up. Remember, every unit in there, all the physical attacks from all those units now have poison. Don't really care. All of these elemental attacks get +2. If there was a cold fire attack, I would only get +1, but there are no cold fire attacks. So that deck is shuffled. I'm going to leave the Band of Fortitude on the Defana Masters. I don't think it makes sense to edit the stronger effect. I'm not breaking it. The stronger effect is not going to really play that strong in the last round here. I think I need to add another one to here. I do. Right? There should be 4. That is the competitive skill. I'll replace it with the cooperative skill. Gives me another chance to explain that I played this wrong the last time I took it in a game. I think it was a Tesla game. I was putting a mana on it. So basically is when you take the skill, you get a mana, and then if you have a mana of that color, the next turn you get a +4. I was putting a mana on it, so I was actually taking 2 mana and getting the +4. So I was giving myself a little bit of a buff that was not appropriate. So I have a bad influence on people. So yeah, please always check the comments of my games. The people that can notice the little things like that and point it out, I'm so appreciative. And really, I hate giving out wrong information on my playthrough. So always check the comments. Like, you want to watch it first, because sometimes you'll get a lot of spoilers in the comments if you're like someone who cares about that stuff. But you can always find some really good nuggets and rules that I might have gotten wrong. This should go in here. So there should be 21 cards in this deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Yeah, that's right. We get a green mana. It's like black, it's just green. Because meditation is the bottom spell card. Cool. So this goes here, this goes here. We still have 2 monasteries on the board that I did not burn down. Wings of Wind replaces the spell offer. We're going to get 2 more advanced actions in the unit offer. It's Temporal Portal and Steady Tempo. And then the advanced action offer is finished off with Ritual Attack. We are going to get 2 elite units. Bam. So we get Fire Golems. Ooh, might have taken them. And Foresters. Again, I still don't think they're better than the Savage Monks. And then we have the Ice Golems. Cool. We have to replenish the source. This comes here. Rolling. Boom. It is a white, a blue, and a green. I'm taking Sparing Power. That means Tovak is first. And 21 cards in Tovak's deck. I'm drawing up to only 6. Again, downside of moving away from my keep, but this gives me more options to draw some more cards before I decide to go in. I should be able to get this all done in 1 turn, but again, it's all dependent on me getting Tremor in my hand early. So drawing on my initial hand, it's Threaten, March, Crystallize, Stamina, space bending, tremor. There we go. And that's fine. Tovek's going to go. So before, on Tovek's turn, I'm pillaging the village. -1. I get counterattack and rage. Tovek goes. That's going to be a blue, white, and a white. 1 comes off. So 17 cards left on Tovek's deck. Sparing power triggers. Now I take my turn. What do I want to do? I want to... Space bending might be nuts. Don't have a black mana, so I also am going to need to get mana draw. Crystallize won't give me a black mana, so get that right out of your head. So definitely dropping that. I'm going to play Crystallize. I'm going to power it with a blue. Sure, and I'll take a blue. So I basically could play all my hand, get all these back on my... that's just nuts. No, I'm not. I'm going to have no need for space bending with this array of awesomeness in front of me. So I'm rolling that. It is black. Oh, that's just beautiful. And these all dropped all those cards. They go away. I draw to my hand limit of... Does that make sense to drop all those cards? Wait, what did I drop? I dropped those 3 cards. So I'd be drawing 2 more. Yeah, I think it makes sense to do that. I'd rather get stronger cards in my hand. So I'm going to draw out the 6. I get Druidic Staff. There we go. And Rage. I'm going to pillage the village again. I get 2 more cards. Improvisation and Stamina. Alright, Tovek's turn. It is a white, a blue, and a green. 2 more. I'm going to use Sparing Power. On my turn, I'm just going to... This gives me 2 crystals of any color, any one color. Druidic Staff is kind of useless. I could break it. There's really no point in breaking it. So I'm going to use Druidic Staff and Stamina. So I'm just going to drop Stamina. Discard. You play Druidic Staff, discard Stamina, and I'll get myself another blue. All right, now I draw up to 6. I already have 6. I'm going to pillage the village though. I get 2 more cards. Concentration and March. Tovek's turn. It's red. It's a blue. It's a white. My turn. I think we just do it. Just in case we don't get rid of all of them, then we'll have 1 more turn. But they're going to have so few armor. So I'm going to get rid of Sparing Power, get these 2 cards. What are they? Oh, Chilling Stare and Swiftness. Fine. I'm going to play March to enter. That's going to get me into the Megapolis. I lose a reputation because I'm sieging a fortified site. I'm going to flip this. It gives me a white crystal and a green mana. So I am loaded up for everything. I'm playing Tremor. I'm going to use the green mana. It's Knight using the black mana. Everything has -6 armor. That's fortified. Now these 2 are not. All right. Everything else is. So I can kill those in this range of siege attack phase. He's got arcane immunity though, so he does not lose his armor. All right, so that's the only one with arcane immunity. So he still has a full 10 armor, and he's attacking me with a 10. Right. So, and most of the Final Master effects are not going to affect him at all. However, the rest of these guys, 1 armor, 1 armor, 1 armor, 1 armor, 1 armor. They're not fortified. So I'm going to do a siege fire attack. That's fire immunity. That would kill this guy, this guy, this guy, and this guy. That's a siege fire attack 5. And this is just nuts. Well, going to play concentration. I'm going to play swiftness. I'm going to get the stronger effect +2. So that's a range physical attack 5. And then I'm going to use the catapults. I'm going to power the blue. That is an attack of 10. So he's arcane immunity. He's not fortified, so a range attack works. And again, his armor wasn't reduced because he's not fortified, but he's dead. So those guys are dead with this attack. That guy's dead with that attack. I'm going to power. Target enemy does not attack. I'm going to power. No, do I want to block? Yeah, there's like so much I can do with the Final Masters, but it's just like none of it's making sense to even mess with too much. I'm going to do this because it's fun. I'm going to do power. Target enemy is just short of blocked. I'm going to go after the magic familiars. So it's going to be improvisation. That's a block. This is a block. So this guy was blocked twice, but we're technically still in the range siege attack phase. Let me hold off on that for a second. So I powered the Defiant Masters. Now the Defiant Masters are interesting in that you can power them in multiple stages of a city assault, just the way they work. So they're activated for the entire round. It's not like I have to use all their things in the range attack phase or whatever. But it's just it's interesting how that works. Oh, you know what I could have done? Yeah, this is even stupider. I'm going to say target enemy loses all of its fortifications and resistances. So this guy is no longer fire resistant. So I could have grouped it with this attack and yeah, 1 armor. All these had 1 armor because it was -6, so they were all fortified. So the Defiant Masters are dead there. I'm sorry, the Amethyst Freezers are dead there, and then again, the Defiant Masters target enemy is destroyed at blocked. I blocked both attacks from the Magic Familiars, and therefore is just destroyed because of the Defiant Masters. I have 2 rages and a counterattack left and a Chilling Stare. Let's review this. Everything had reduced armor down to a 1 because again they were all fortified. Used the Defiant Masters to make the Amethyst Freezers lose their fire resistance. I used a fire siege attack of a 5, and I destroyed all 5 of these enemies all at once. It's really bananas. I think this card is a lot. I mean, some of these cards, I'm like, that's just nuts. The -6 if fortified, it is like, oh, -4 if fortified. Did I do that in the first city? Oh, I might have done that wrong. That's fine. Whatever. I still had... It was fine. -4 fortified. Let me... shoot. -4 fortified. Let me refigure this. Alright. -4 fortified. So 2... Still 1. Still 1. And 3. That's... I gotta use this for the block. Right, I'm glad I reviewed this. Alright, so siege attack 4. So this is a siege, but then they have physical resistance. I can't group that. Alright, this physical resistance is gonna be a problem. Alright, let me do math. And this, but then I can reduce this guy's armor. Right, so I can reduce his armor. They use this skill to make this a 1 anyway. So 1, 1, 1, and 3 and 3. Right. Shoot. Yeah. I was like, I felt like this feels OP. It was. Because you're playing wrong. I made him lose. Alright. I made the Amethyst Freezers lose their physical resistance. Their fire resistance. So the Defiant Masters made the Freezers lose fire resistance. -4. And then I'm going to use this skill on it as well. So it's actually, its armor is only, well, if it loses its fire resistance, this probably doesn't work on it anymore. Right, so that's 3 armor. I made this guy lose 1 armor. So the Amethyst Gunners, so the Amethyst Freezers have 3 armor. I lost their fire resistance. The Amethyst Gunners have 2 armor because it's -4. But this skill makes it 1 armor. And then I'm going to also kill that guy. So that's 3 + 1 + 1. So that 5 attack kills those 2. Fine. I had everything else done. Going to target enemy destroyed it blocked. So I'm going to still use that for the mage, the magic familiars. And that's going to be, I blocked the 1 attack with improvisation and stamina. And I'll use the red cape monks for the other. So they're destroyed. So that's fine. Right, and now all I have is I use the catapults for the fire attack of a 5. We have this attack of a 5, so the Legionnaires are dead. And now we have all of these cards left, and we only have 4 that we have to take care of. So yeah, I could use the Savage Monks for a siege attack 4, and that kills both of those guys anyway. Right, and I still have all those cards. Right, so the math still works. Sorry about that. I'd have to go back. I'll take a look at the first combat. I'm pretty sure I did the same thing, but I don't think it would have mattered. Just the way I had so many cards left in my hand. Maybe I would have taken a couple of wounds. But you see the power of Tremor. I was like, yeah, that -6 felt really crazy. I should have dawned on me the first time. It's a card I kind of stay away from a lot on my own play because it feels like this kind of just changes the math so much. But you saw, like, I didn't even take the Horn of Wrath because I just felt that 10 siege attack is crazy. Banner of Fortitude I never even needed. Would have been, had I not had such a strong setup, I would have had to worry about that a little bit differently, but all just kind of fell together. Just really really strong units, getting both those catapults, getting to the Fountain Masters. I took nary a wound. Again, if I might have had to take a wound in that first city. I really don't think so, but again, I'll keep saying that a couple times. Just feel bad about making that mistake, but glad to kind of rework that real quickly here at the end. But cool playthrough, man. This is Solo Conquest Megapolis. Definitely Norowas can be super strong. That bonds of loyalty, I just love it because it gets you an ability to get a unit early that you might not otherwise have been able to get, and then you saw all the fame add up for me just from using the Noble Manners. I think I used Noble Manners 4 of the rounds, which is really a lot. And if we're going to add my fame here, it's 10, 17, 21, 28, 35. I mean, that's somewhere, I don't know, somewhere over there. But it's cool. And just you seize that first city, that first night, and you have strong spells, man. And this laid out really well for me because I had that keep. I could just spend an entire third day loading up on crystals. That monster, that spawning grounds was great. Get the extra artifact wasn't that great, but it gave me 3 more crystals. Really always had the card that I wanted to use Druidic Staff. The kid just being able to discard blues and just get crystals. Keep allowing me to feed that Siege Attack 4. Being able to refresh the Red Cape Monks with this skill. I mean, it was such a Norowas game, man. It's crazy. I mean, the first time I ever beat Volcara's Return on Legendary was all about Norowas, and it was really just kind of a euphoric game for me. I tried to beat that for a couple of weeks, easy, not every day, but I was playing a lot, and when I finally was able to pull it off with Norowas and whatever attempt that was, it was at least over a dozen. It was pretty cool, but you just see the power of the units. I don't do a unit heavy strategy all the time. I'm usually too busy burning the monasteries, but you saw, like, when I pause, I'm like, oh man, that -3 is gonna be bad. It was like, that's not how this is gonna work with this hero, with his skills. I really wanted to maximize what was going up, so I'm really happy about all those choices. I really always think I have the perfect playthrough. I'm like, I did it! I finally didn't make a mistake! And then I'm like, oh, was I doing -6 earlier? Like, all right, that's fine. But again, the math was still very favorable to me. I really don't think it matters. I'm glad I at least caught this for the last city, and you saw, like, it really just didn't matter. But look, man, mistakes happen. This game is fun. Just have fun with it. It is what it is. Sometimes you make mistakes to your detriment. You don't know. Sometimes you make them to your benefit. You don't know. If you think you won in my book. So just don't make a video of it because you might see some things that make you sad later. Speaking from experience, unfortunately. But that's that. We'll come back. I don't know. I mean, I've never played above 912. 912 is about my happy zone, of kind of the upper echelons of my happy zone. But I don't know. Maybe we'll keep going. Do a 10-12. Maybe get up to a 12-12. Getting a Megapolis right in that second night, though. That's a little crazy. I mean, at that point, you do start getting dependent. Like, you need a card like Tremor. You need a card like the Horn of Wrath. You're going to need a lot more things to come, into focus for you. I liked how Space Bending, that's a card I rarely take. I liked how that worked out. I mean, it's just a crazy good playthrough, or just the right cards at the right time, and being able to replace those peasants with the catapults, and then getting the other catapults. Man, I should have bookended. That's what I'm looking at. Catapults on both sides, baby. It's like loaded for bear against the blue-green Megapolis. And it really just didn't matter. I mean, the only thing, like, getting a white city, if the white city came out in that Megapolis, that could be a little bad. The red city could be bad if you're taking wounds, because obviously now you're now you're getting closer and closer to getting knocked out because there's so many points of damage that you need to now, you know, allocate to the right places. But with this many units, just kind of didn't really matter, man. So happy to have that. Man, I keep saying man, and that's a bad habit. Man and woman and other, and I appreciate everyone who watches this channel, and definitely love seeing on the Mage Knight Facebook group just the number of women that are, you know, getting into this game, and you know, just it's cool to, you know, and I know Liz Davidson, her series, her starter series is fairly solid. I'm really glad you know, she put that together. The people that do the tutorials of these games, like I do like playthroughs, and I kind of try to talk about strategies and tutorials as they go, but I have so much respect for the content creators that are really good at breaking down the rules and making people understand what's going on without playing through it. For me, I'm much more situational in how I talk about this game, and I know Liz Davidson has a really good series, but man, I am rambling, which is what I do when I'm super excited. I'm excited to bring this playthrough to you, excited that we got a win on the channel, excited to go look at the editing process and see how much my poor math skills or poor reading comprehension skills affected that first city. Again, I still knocked out 3 of those garrisons, so again, I'm pretty sure the math would have been fine for the last 2 there, and you know, might not have been able to recruit the Fauna Masters, maybe. You know, I had their sisters came up the next round though, so you know, it is what it is. Definitely was messing around that third day. Sure, I could have gone back and picked them up then with some of the cards that were still in my hand. And you know, Chilling Stare, being able to use it a lot for its influence is really cool. I mean, it's crazy. I never got a chance to use counterattack at all. I mean, I feel like, you know, Volcaire's Camp would have been a really nice. That would have been. I think I probably could have mowed through them even with this group. This mountain, of course, Tremor loses a lot of its, you know, allure at that point, because only, you know, all enemies get -2 armor because none of them are fortified. But you know, it's still a really, this is a powerful array of units. So we will be back. I'm going to probably be doing a Dungeon Lords scenario pretty soon by special request from a patron, and the second patron challenge. First 2 patron challenges for solo playthroughs have both been for this game, so not surprising. I'm expecting some Spirit Islands and other games to start making appearances in those challenges in the future, but we will be back with Dungeon Lords before too long. Thank you for your comments, for your likes, for watching these videos, for all your support that you have shown to solo playthroughs. Any comments, questions, epiphanies, put them in the comment section below, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. And until next time, happy gaming.